You see what I'm
It's
saying? So they
just
can
the
hear
voice
us
behind the radio.
They can hear us on YouTube,
Oh, don't you want to know what
but
we're up
they
to?
can't see us on YouTube. But I was wondering if I to that. No, doesn't work like that. How about if I transfer to this? Nope, doesn't work to that. How about if I transfer to this? Now they're seeing what we're seeing on the monitor. So if you're watching on YouTube, which there's nobody on YouTube yet, isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we don't want to do that because we don't. Cool transition, huh? You know. Cool. Okay, so we'll go live here in 2.5 minutes. Everybody have an idea what they're going to talk about?
No, not really.
Yeah.
I just want to talk about that.
Oh, no. Oh, it went out of focus, or did I go out of focus?
No, because it's it has a fade, and I caught it right at the fade.
Oh, stop it. There's something else I wanted to talk about too, and Sports Authority. That's what it was.
Oh yeah, out of business.
Going out of business.
Out of business, man. Can you believe that?
I wish it was Dick's. I had an issue with Dick's. Plus, I don't like saying that, but
yeah, you really don't want your dicks to go out of business.
Well, and I hate bringing my kid over to Dick's.
Well, they truly have that gender neutral bathroom.
They do. Okay,
because it's all dicks.
We do have one viewer. Hello, one viewer. It's probably us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead. We got about 1.5 minutes before we go live on the radio. So watch this. Ready? Viewer, are you ready?
It's dun, dun, dun.
In 20 seconds.
Oh, God. You're going to start it off that far back? Jeez, that's Mike.
I'm going to do remember the...
I'm going to go all Disney on your ass in about 2 seconds.
International Man of Mystery. And in 30, 29. All right, so how about in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We changed to us on YouTube. Now we're live on YouTube.
Hi,
Everybody
YouTube.
say hi.
Hi.
All right, and then I'll be breaking in, and we'll be going live on the radio in 45 seconds.
You want to see Pat look at me weird?
Every wait, let's well, we're live. I mean, it's being documented at this point, so. Oh, let's think of something funny to say.
Really?
Uh-oh.
Are you my hero? He won't even look at me now. He hates the Disney voice.
I don't blame him. Well, I mean, I guess I do blame him a little bit. Do you blame him? I don't blame him.
Yeah, I irritated the crap out of him this afternoon with that.
I can imagine you doing that.
Yep. He actually got in and out of the car like 5 or 10 times just to avoid me.
Really?
Guess I suck as a cartoon.
You're a sucky cartoon.
Yeah, I'm just not princess material. Am I?
Yeah.
I'm more of the wicked stepmother, I think.
All right. Well, we are about to go live. I was trying to do something there. So it came in kind of cool. I should have had this ready, I guess. But no big deal. Let's see if I can get it to work. Oh, come on now.
Are we live yet?
Not yet on the radio, but we're about to be. You ready?
I'm ready. I might have woke up that one viewer.
All right. Just for Fun Radio is brought to you by... No, hey, it's the World According to Mike. I'm Military Mike.
Are you peeing?
No. Oh, wow. That would be some great pee. No, that was actually a gunship shooting, but it didn't sound really as cool as I wanted it to sound. So
he's not European.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Do European guys pee different? You lost me on that one. Hey, welcome to Wednesday night. It's the World According to Mike. It's May 25th, 2016. I'm here with my ever variable speed co-host.
I might be on rewind today. I did take a Benadryl before I got here, so
Really?
yeah. If I fall out at any given time, it's
Well,
drugs.
You are the
We
medical
just go from YouTube to XTube.
or YouTube to us two. Oh, hey, as always, Variable Speed, my co-host, is here, bringing lots of joy and medical information. Then I'm going to wait till he tries to drink. Go ahead, drink. Yeah,
No,
see,
no, no.
I
Drink,
almost got you. We got,
drink,
really.
drink.
Pee, like a European. Captain Pat's with us tonight, so I have co-host. Hey, I'm military Mike, and I'm on the radio.
He's
and
reaching.
You're not. So, how's everybody doing? It's been a week since I saw you last.
It has. Let's see. I have acquired 3 new jobs, really.
Really? I didn't realize that STDs were considered employment.
Well, I mean, you do get paid to get them.
Apparently. Shibba hammer. Shibba.
No, so I did get hired on more volunteer jobs. I now have 7 jobs that I don't get paid for.
No, wait,
Yeah.
no. You got the new one you went for the interview yesterday. You actually do get paid.
Oh yeah, minimum wage.
Do you have to? Do you get
No.
interviewed
You-
for
2 of
volunteer
them then.
work?
No.
I do
No.
a lot of volunteer work. Hang on. It's not like I get a salary. It's not like I get an hourly, but
you
I do get
a check.
paid to actually attend meetings.
Folks, ladies and gentlemen of the audience, the viewing and listening audience, there's a little gambling thing going on tonight. I just want you to go ahead and do that. There's 3-to-1 odds that Variable Speed and Captain Pat getting into an argument tonight. Been a lot of sexual tension in the studio prior to airing this evening. So 5-to-1 odds.
That's pretty good odds.
yeah.
I'd put money on it.
I'm a member of Gamblers Anonymous. I had to quit. This guy gave me 2-to-1 odds. I wouldn't make it. So, Benadryl. I'm having a beer, but my stomach's killing me. I don't know. Maybe they say like spiders climb in your mouth when you're sleeping. I think a gerbil climbed in mine because God knows there's a small animal alive in my gut. So, Captain Pat, how are you, sir?
I'm good, and yourself?
Fair to partly cloudy, followed by scattered light in the morning.
Yeah,
And very windy.
Good.
But that's variable
Give you a
speed.
ding. Give you a ding there. Yeah.
It's a variable speed win.
Yeah, so we were talking about STDs, then we went to
Weather.
body functions. So I noticed you've got the I got your back tattoo. I noticed you've got the I got your 6. I said back.
Yeah.
I got your 6.
I got your 6.
I got your 6.
I think
you've
a
got
lot.
I never noticed you got 22 in the background of
Yes.
yours for the 22 that commit suicide.
Right.
That's interesting.
And it's interesting because we've seen a lot of people. I guess maybe they've done research or whatever, and they're saying, well, it's not 22 a day, but the average more so than anything else because
It's not like the 22nd person kills himself and the next guy standing in line is going, oh shit, I gotta wait till tomorrow.
Yeah, so it's I'm not sure where
Is there somebody really that thinks that? Please.
Well,
no, please. God. No.
If that were the case, I would wake up every morning and say the 22 has been reached for the day.
Yeah.
Please
exactly.
don't, please call again
At
tomorrow.
At 12:01, we're done.
To be honest, guys, you guys just gave me something to think about there, and it's like, oh, please tell me you're kidding that some dumbass didn't really approach you with that. But
No,
okay.
well, I know that there's a lot of controversy, and Derek Weeda had actually put out a nice long rant video about how he felt that by calling out the suicide awareness and the PTSD awareness and the everything about the 22 veteran suicides, that we were as a military putting ourselves in a very negative light. And to be honest with you, I think that is the kind of thinking that got us to the point where there are 22 people taking their lives daily. And
an average of 22 guys.
Yes.
allegedly.
Don't start with the allegedly.
But anyway,
Scotty will come over to the studio and be like, are y'all allegedly talking about that?
Well, that's the kind of thinking, that got it buried in the first place. You don't talk about it. You don't put it out there. And
Deny.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, okay. Now look, on the morning show the other day, I was playing devil's advocate and I was getting everybody riled up. It's kind of what I do. Probably why I don't have a girlfriend. And a caller called in and he said that he had a heart attack and he didn't take any money from anybody as soon as and so I said, so you didn't ask for help? And he said, no. And I said, well, dude, that's why veterans are killing themselves. It's because they got that mentality of, guys somewhere along the line got screwed up. And apparently we're not allowed to cry and we're not allowed to ask for help. And I can tell you this, being a being a long-term military guy, let me tell you something. Up until 2000, I don't know, 8 or 9, if you told somebody in the military while you were in uniform that you were thinking about suicide, they would probably run you out of the unit. They didn't want your freaking crybaby ass in the unit.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's not even.
And I'll give you a perfect example of that. My first sergeant in Germany caught his wife cheating on him for like the 3rd time with an E4. She was an E5, and that
would make an E9.
He walked over to another first sergeant from one of the other units on the post and said, "You know what? I'll give you the guns and the bullets if you'll shoot me in the head." You know what they did? Sent him down to Rhine-Main Hospital.
Yeah.
Spent a week there. They evaluated him, and then they promoted him and sent him to 101st.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm still thinking that we have got to, as a military, understand that we're not just this ACU uniform that stands tall every day, that there are people inside that uniform, and people are fallible. People have emotions, and we have to. You're squishy.
Look, you know what people describe me when they get to know me?
Poe.
Yeah. You know what people describe me as? Because of my facial expressions, even family members still to this day. But they'll say, because, when I first got started, I was a bodyguard for a 2-star general. The school we went to was an MP school. And every night your homework is for 1 hour, you stared into the mirror in your room and showed no emotion, no emotions, no facial expression.
I'm not saying you're not tough, Mike. You're tough as shit.
No, the hell I'm not. I'm squishy and I dig it. And let me tell you something. Hey, look, I've done all this stuff. I've done massive cool stuff, but now I watch like Alone on Hulu, or I watch what the hell's one Scotty's got me watching? Naked and Alone. And I sit there and go, Naked and Afraid, Naked.
Yeah.
Naked and Naked.
Yeah, anything that says naked, Mike's into that.
Yeah. They blur it out, but as bad as my vision is, I can't see it anyway. This is probably all dirty after about 4 days.
You probably see that part clear. It's the rest of it that you don't see clear.
Yeah. Well, here's the part I'm trying to say is I admire those people. Now, somewhere in the back of the gray matter, I remember the crazy, wild, insane stuff I used to do. That was amazingly, like you were saying, there was nothing I wouldn't do. They said, go to air assault school. I said, when do we leave? They said, go to jump school. I said, cool. Do they really push the wings into your chest when you're done? And they're like, you're going to find out, and that's the way it was.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even now, for me, doing all of the stuff that I've done, starting at the age of 35, I enlisted in the Army, which is tough enough to go through basic training, but going through as a friggin' grandmother, that sucked.
Yeah, when your family came to visit, I bet you that was a little different.
It was. I was older than all my drill sergeants. And then to go through firefighter training at the age of 40.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's pretty tough.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
But
isn't it weird?
At the end of the day, I am still a person. And if I'm feeling upset, I feel like I should have the ability to go and say something, but I would never have been able to do that in the military, not to my chain of command.
Hey, I had a crap day yesterday. I mean, and you know what? My brothers kind of understand. I'd spent time with both brothers yesterday that live close to me here. And both of them fully understood where I was coming from. And they know how to deal with me. They just kind of let me go. Just let me wander around mumbling to myself. Because I don't know where the hell that came from. But I mumble to myself like a sumbitch now. It's crazy how much I mumble to myself. And both of them.
I'm getting you a shopping cart for Christmas.
Well, you know, my son told me he was getting me a Rubik's Cube because I ripped my fingernails off.
Oh, I just cut mine.
No, I don't cut mine. I rip them down to they're bleeding. Same thing with my toenails when I sleep. So he said, Dad, my first paycheck, I'm getting you a Rubik's Cube.
Something to do with your
Yeah,
hands.
something to do with my hands. Because if you can only masturbate so many times during the day. I mean,
What are you up to?
22. That's why that.
22 a day.
Well, all right, let's be realistic. I average.
Allegedly.
One sunset because I get an extra 5 after sunset. Look, I don't, you know, our numbers are where they're at right now. But the point of the matter is it got so bad one time that I did try it, you know, and then I tried it again, and all that other stuff. And now I sit there and every day, now mainly because of you, that's one reason why I hate you, is I read about somebody that needs help, or we're reaching out to specific brothers and sisters we know, you know, that need help. And it's so wild to see these guys that were, Jesus, I mean, they could have took on the Taliban by their damn self.
Mhm.
And now, because, you know, they got fish and chips and the French fries sucked, that you know, their whole life is over. Isn't that weird?
Sometimes.
Yeah. I'm not a mental health professional. I like to think as myself as a mental health contributor. Uh-oh.
What did we screw up now?
We did something wrong. You have errors on your end? Uh-oh. I got errors on my end. It's never good when the boss shows up and says he's got errors.
I just that'll bring up a good point. I just read that there was a kid that was kicked out of MEPS because he had a pimple on his butt. Kicked out of MEPS for having a zit on his rear end.
Why? I don't understand why they would do that.
Because it was infected, and you don't want to take that to, you know, a stressful, compacted men, you know.
Ooh.
There was going to be more than just a pimple on his butt.
Oh, okay.
Well, you know how they do like the whole puppy dog showers. I don't know if they still do those.
What the hell is a puppy dog shower?
No, when you put your paws on the guy in front of you and it's
No.
but the no.
No.
Dude,
no.
Then they walk you through
We're-
the showers.
No.
First guy gets a soap, hands it back.
Where did
Yeah.
I'm just
I'm not exactly sure where she went to basic training.
Yeah,
at,
you
but-
know how you always wear
that
flip
did.
flops.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
that was just
Yeah.
me.
You know how you always wear flip flops in the
Yeah,
shower?
they got you.
I remember in Germany. Yeah, a puppy dog shower.
Oh, we
What
also had a penguin formation, so
What's Team Viewer? So no YouTube?
So we have no YouTube.
Are we YouTubing? Okay. He just lied to me probably. But he does that so he doesn't have to deal with me. So, puppy dog showers.
and we had penguin formations.
What the hell's a penguin formation?
Well, you know how penguins gather up when it's really cold, and then they just kind of like, when you're in the middle, you're warm, and the guys on the outside are cold. So then they just kind of, the guys on the outside fold in, and the guys on the inside go out. And
But yeah, have you ever seen
It's funny how when you confuse me, I look at him for translation.
there's a movie out called March of the Emperor Penguins, and they
Yes.
actually go over this, and
Okay.
they walk in
Yeah,
a
yeah.
circle. Well, as they're walking, the inner ones go to the outside, and the outsides come to the inners. It's just sort of a spiral in and spiral out kind of deal,
Gotcha.
and that's how they all stay warm. And
Track it.
yeah, that's basically what they did, I guess.
You did this in basic training.
yeah,
Where'd you go to basic training?
I think it's called Relaxing Jackson, but I didn't find anything relaxing
Jackson.
about it.
Fort Jackson?
Yeah.
What time of the year?
It was winter time.
Okay.
I think I went in November.
It's not too bad. Summertime, you know, that's where Major General Akers was. That's the guy I was protecting.
Mhm.
That's what I lived there for 2.5 years. That's where I met
I swear that thing,
the
that whole
mother of my children.
fort was built on a giant loogie. I had bronchitis the whole time I was there.
Let's see. They had those big starship buildings. I remember one time I had to go somebody was writing bad checks or not signing money orders, and the MPs were just flaking out about it. And they had contacted my boss, who was a captain, and he told me, since the general was out of town, that I needed to be in plain clothes and go find this. And all it was some kid that was in basic training on Sunday. Because I guess, and I apologize, but Fort Jackson had a lot of little like beer places or hot dog places or stuff like that.
Oh, I don't
didn't
know.
eat there. I mean,
lived and slept and showered in a Connex. I'm pretty sure it was just a Connex.
okay. Yeah, so that was pretty crazy. Yeah, so Fort Jackson, though, in the summer.
Yeah, I've been over there a couple when I worked OCS.
Yeah.
Phase 1 was the first 2 weeks of June.
Oh, it was hot.
And then I turned around and went out there for WLC in August.
Very cool.
So, yeah.
A good friend of mine, believe it or not, that lived in the same apartment building as me. Well, they were condos. Mike and Robin Lacumba. Mike's father was a lieutenant colonel, and we met, and he lived one floor up. We became really good friends and all, and it was really weird because when I left there, it was a quick leave to go to flight school.
Awesome.
Yeah, so it was really neat. We ran into each other on Facebook about a year ago. So it's been what? God, 20 something years
ago.
80. Well, I left for flight school in 85 or 86. So yeah, whole bunch of years, 30 years. But it was so funny because his wife looks the same. Of course, he's lost all his hair and he looks old. And he was like, "Dude, you went back in." I'm like, "Yeah." And he goes, "My dad did too." So, I mean, his dad's since passed, but it was pretty interesting. Isn't it amazing how I don't know, people kind of drift away from the military, and then you run back into them. And it's, I ran into a friend of mine that I used to fly with, and his name was Marty McCoy. And Mac, if you're listening, I'm talking bad about you. Mac was just the coolest, calmest cucumber attack helicopter pilot you'd ever meet in your life. And he married a little girl from Enterprise, Alabama, and she had a son named Philip who was a terror, and it was just rock and roll all the time, man. And Philip's 30 years old now. He's got kids, and so Mac's a grandpa, and he got out of the military. I guess when he got out, he didn't really stay in touch with anybody. So we've been getting caught up this last week, and it's funny to talk about people that you haven't really seen, And so he's like, "Well, what about so-and-so? Oh, they're divorced. What about so-and-so? Oh, they're divorced." But him and his wife are still married. It's pretty cool.
You don't hear people staying together too much these days.
Well, Mac is really, I don't ever think I saw Mac upset. And that's pretty hard to do in an attack helicopter battalion.
Well, that'd be the guy I want.
Yeah, which, let me tell you something about attack helicopter pilots. They are the most temperamental. You've got everything from Mac, who is just cool as a cucumber all the time. Didn't matter if we were going to fight the freaking East Germans, the Russians, whatever we were supposed to be up to, Mac was just Mac. But then you got this guy like Steve Noiser. Okay, Steve Noiser had to be a pilot, command of two different types of aircraft. Steve Noiser left the Army to go fly jets in the Air Force, And this guy, he reminded me of Butters on freaking South Park. Either Butters or Tweak,
Homeschooled.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely
homeschooled.
Definitely homeschooled. He married a big old tall German girl. He was just a little bitty feller.
Aww.
Okay, so enough about all that. Hey,
let's get into some of this local news.
Well, real quick, I wanted to get into some local military mic here. Nobody's really listening. Nobody's really watching. So I'll go ahead and say it. I'm going to start a GoFundMe account that has absolutely no purpose whatsoever.
Except to make money.
It's going to say, "Hi, I'm Mike.
Awesome.
Send your money to," and that's it.
Yeah.
Because Scotty seems to think that GoFundMe is a bad thing.
Everybody has a GoFundMe.
I seem to think that GoFundMe can be, of course, it's going to be misused, but I think it's a good thing. And so there was a big discussion about, let's say, a single mom needs some money to get caught up on her truck payment, or they're going to repo it. Is that okay for you to have a GoFundMe account in your
Yes.
mind?
Yes.
Yeah, and Pat, you go with that?
You can put it up there. You know, it's everybody's personal option whether or not they are going to put money into it.
It's
Yes.
right. It's your choice whether you want to enable or I mean,
it's your money,
it's your money. You can do with it as you choose.
right? There's
And if
there's
you
an
choose,
investment firm that says that.
right, and you know the thing of it is if somebody spends their money on it and then they find out, well, man, they went to the bar, got drunk, and all that. Well, but wait a minute, you don't have a recourse. You gave them your money.
That's where I was going to.
You know.
Okay, isn't that weird?
Yeah, I mean,
Isn't that weird? Because they Redneck Steph and DJ Scotty both were kind of took the position of GoFundMe is now it's been tainted, I guess you would say, and nobody really wants to go to it. And even if you got a good idea, it's probably crooked anyways, and nobody's really going to contribute to it. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, holy smokes. I did a GoFundMe for Freedom Outdoor Adventures, which was legit, but come to find out there were some issues there. I'm sure Wounded Warrior has a GoFundMe or something very similar to it, and God
They
knows
have
we
a
found
PayPal
out.
account, and you can
Yeah.
put money into it. That's
We
what
found out
anything
that
has
ain't
a
on.
donation button.
Yeah, so
That's what it is.
It donates through one of several.
Okay,
donation
here's my
sites.
take. Here's my take on GoFundMe. We fund personally through taxes everything under the sun.
Yeah.
We pay for people's Twinkies. We pay for their Cokes. We pay for their cigarettes. We pay for their gas in their car. We pay for their housing. We pay for their diapers. We pay for everything because it's basically what our taxes are going for. Welfare, Medicaid, all those things. So for a woman, a single mom, to put up there that she doesn't have a car, she doesn't have a way of getting her kids to and from. And sometimes it's absolutely legitimate. You can choose whether or not to help this person. I would much rather have a GoFundMe in front of me instead of funding all of these welfares.
yeah, like EBTs,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Get rid of that stuff. You know what? Put up a GoFundMe. That way you can
Woo.
choose which person you want to help.
You open up a can of worms now. Think about that.
Right. You know, well, we've discussed it numerous times, you know, and one of the things we said too is get rid of welfare altogether out of the government and make it local. If you came into your neighborhood every day, if you lost your job and you went to your neighbors and your neighbors were supporting you, they were helping you with food and stuff like that, you're going to do small things to help pay back. But eventually, you're the one that has to look that neighbor in the face every day. So what are you going to do? You're going to be more compelled to go get a job because eventually that lifeline gets cut off.
Your neighbors start getting pissed off. They're not going to help you anymore because you are just a load on the system.
Right.
Okay. You know what? I believe in where you're going. Let's take a break, readjust, get another beer, that kind of stuff. What do you say? And then when we're going to come back, because I got my take on that, because nobody would move to a neighborhood where there's a lot of people suffering. See what I'm getting at?
Right. But
Because there's,
you know,
I mean,
the other thing too is a lot of churches talk about how great things they do and all this. All right, let's just take all these mega churches.
Mhm.
You know,
Millions of dollars.
millions
coming
of
in.
dollars are flooding in, and this guy's lining his pockets. Bullshit, bro. You're saying you're helping people. Prove it. Now
No,
you
no
get
way,
to
no
step
way.
up and be the welfare.
I know, but if the church and the congregation agrees to pay me as the pastor millions of dollars, what's the difference from the GoFundMe that you're just talking about?
The difference is
if
the
I'm
church
giving-
should be taking in money. The donations that the church takes in is supposed to be given and returned into the communities and
That's
given
it.
given back.
Well, and a lot of that's on the church charter and how the church
Yeah.
manages itself.
Who says they gotta
However,
go back to the community?
however,
I'm pretty sure that
a lot
I'm
of
pretty
these,
sure it's in the
but,
Bible
but see,
somewhere.
a lot of these churches are protected from tax
Oh,
because
yeah.
of their status.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you know what? If you're going to be a multi-million dollar empire,
Mhm.
then
They show no profit.
you should be taxed.
Non-profit.
They
now-
show no profit because somebody's taking it home.
Right. The thing of it
They're
is
spending on it.
you should be taxed. Therefore, you want to enjoy that tax exempt status. Show me. put it back out into the community, help those who are in need. You know what? Create jobs. Go find someplace and get them educated, get them trained, provide daycare for their kids. So that's not the argument of why I can't go get a job.
We'll be right back. It's The World According to Mike with my variable speed co-host and very, very opinionated Captain Tat. We'll be right back. I just went to radio. Oh man.
Oh, so I'm opinionated now.
Yes, you are very opinionated.
You think?
It's one of the reasons I like you.
I tell you what, man.
But think about that.
What if the government?
It
It's
needs
almost
to.
so bad now that
Well, let's look at
we'll
take Maine, for instance. The governor of Maine 2 years ago.
wheels go turn and turn so much.
Let's take Maine, for instance. 2 years ago when the governor was elected. I will have them done within 8 weeks. In the first 2 weeks, already done with one of them. If you receive EBT, if you receive food stamps, you got to pee in a cup.
Public welfare, you will be drug tested.
Well, that was the first
No,
one.
they-
Guess what happened? 80% of the people.
Ooh. Really? Yeah. How come that's not?
4 weeks later, same deal if you're receiving a welfare check. Guess what? 80% of the people on welfare were off. Now, what does that tell you? That is an economically viable situation. 20% of your population is going to be either in a transitional phase. Well, 17 to 18% of your population is a portion of your population that can't produce. They're either
Disabled.
non-functional, whatever. There's something there going on. So really, only 2 to 3% of your population is in a transition or needs that help.
Right.
So 20% of your population on welfare, that's not a bad deal. That's not billions of dollars. Yeah, something like 43% of the working population is out of work.
Got nothing brewing here.
Yep.
Listen to the song and what we were talking about.
Working for a living. Couldn't have done that better.
Did that good. I actually went to see.
Mm-hmm.
Working for a
I'm on YouTube, but everything seems like it's just going really slow.
Hear the song, Pat?
That's
See,
you.
my music. See how it's going with
Yep.
that? Let's see.
Yep.
Noise. Yeah, all right, we're back. Wakita! You know,
Flashback.
Godzilla. You know, thought it'd be funny. Maybe it wasn't. Hey, we're working for a living. Are you? You know, I don't want to keep beating that up, but yeah, man. How many people out there think that we should just completely reset the government? Watch out. Yeah, that kind of
Yes.
sounds like I'm calling for a revolution, huh?
No, not really.
Maybe I should.
Evolution.
Oh,
It's
stop it.
calling it evolution.
Dr. Darwin's office. Can I help you? get it?
No.
Charles Darwin, you
Yeah.
know, evolution of man.
Yep.
Stop it. Jesus. The radio show for
Well,
families.
let me explain it to you this way, Mike.
You do that.
I have lived paycheck to paycheck my entire life, pretty much.
Okay.
I was a single mother, and we didn't have GoFundMe back in the day.
Yeah.
And there was a short period of time in my life that I was on government assistance, but I hated it. I hated that stigma
but
that came with it.
You're the, you know,
The
you're the
oddball,
the exception to the rule. Sorry.
pretty much.
I meant to get another beer when I was up because apparently I need one. You're the exception. I don't think people feel bad being. I'm being serious. I know it's hard to believe, but I just do not think across the board people feel guilty being on government assistance.
Well, you know, and you're to a point. You're right, because it's no longer standing in line and having to dwell about that food stamp that shows everybody else in line behind you.
Because of everybody's
Jeez.
feelings.
Because we've that makes them embarrassed. Well, you know what? Maybe that worked back in the 70s.
Oh my God. So you're saying that we should go back to embarrassing people into feeling guilty?
Well,
Not-
you know,
not-
it's the same principle as if your neighbors are having to support you. Eventually, you got to face them.
There's got to be some sort of a motivation to get off of this.
Theoretically, your neighbors are supporting.
Well,
I mean,
they are,
yeah,
but
theoretically.
them and the other 7 million people in the United States, yes. But we're let's be realistic,
The accountability is not there.
right?
The embarrassment of having to pull out those fake dollars, that monopoly money.
Seriously?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
to me,
that's why
that
they
was the
now
most
get a
embarrassing thing.
Visa card.
Oh well, yeah, I know how it works now, but I'm just saying, you
or-
really think that's one of the issues is that there's no longer any
Stigma. There's no stigma to it.
There's no stigma to
no
it.
stigma, no embarrassment, no. What am I trying to say here? It's
It's a way of it's
it's
been bred
so-
as a way of life, and not necessarily
absolutely a way of life.
Yeah.
I can
And
look,
trust me, because I've run on calls and people go, I've got insurance, and they pull out their Medicare card, and it's like, well, or Medicaid card, and it's like, no, you don't have insurance. I'm paying this ambulance bill.
oh wow, you don't say that.
Yeah, I've said that to people before.
Oh well, gosh.
Don't come at me with your I've got insurance. No, you don't. You are living off of somebody else's insurance, and that's not right.
And I'm not going to knock the system totally, because there was a time in my life where it was a necessity. And right now, my daughter's going through a divorce. She's a single mom. She's got a child who doesn't go to school. She's 3 years old. So, she doesn't have the ability to go out and get a job that will support her and her child,
Right.
and for her to be able to pay for daycare.
Right.
So
yeah.
she is in that transitional phase where she will need it, but there's going to be a day she's going to have to come off of it, and I'll push her to get off of it if it comes to that.
Okay, but here again, let's don't get mad at me and start yelling.
No, I
But
don't
the
yell.
point of the matter is, you guys are the exception to the rule.
Exactly.
Because I just honestly, truthfully, and I know for a fact that the majority of the people do not see it that way. They just do not.
It's free money. They don't care where it's coming from.
Well, some of them, one, think they're entitled to it. Two, not only do they think they're entitled to it, they think they deserve it because of what they've gone through. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm
Well,
sure that's-
and okay, no, not what they've gone through, what somebody
had it
and their
done.
ancestry has gone through, and they feel entitled to be paid for that. And it's like,
It's been tough.
you know, oh yeah, I'm sure it has.
Just in case you're wondering, the number to call in is 678-760-1556.
To tell Mike to shut up.
Feel free to tell Mike to shut up. Feel free to tell any of us to shut up.
Yeah, well, somebody's probably going to tell me to shut up.
Well,
That'll be
I-
me, and that'll be later. I
yeah.
already talked to you about that.
Wow. It's just the tip. Sure. Here, I don't want to get into this all night.
Yeah, and we could go on forever about this. So
let's go to something else.
Hey, what about that 90,000 gallons of oil that just spilled in the Gulf of
Yeah.
Mexico?
Where'd you get that from? Nobody ever tells me nothing.
Well, see, and that was a big thing, is that this happened in this past week and nobody's talking about it.
I didn't, and I look and watch the news every freaking day. Okay, so is it a boat?
No, it's coming
a
from
pump, a
it's
rigging.
from the rigging, and it's coming from
The hell is
the
it from?
Dutch Shell spilled.
Why
all
does
over
that
this.
name sound familiar?
Wow, because
that was as of May 13th.
yes, but this
It's
is
still leaking.
I don't know if it's still leaking, but we're talking about an oil slick the size of Manhattan, and
Jesus
nobody is talking about it.
We're talking about an oil slick the size of El Salvador. Wetbacks, you know the deal.
Yeah. Well,
Kinda like,
the
the
reason that
music guru,
that this
Jacob.
name sounds familiar, do you not remember last week what we talked about?
Hell no.
Saudi Arabia. They bought out Dutch Shell.
Oh, see,
See?
don't you just
Yeah.
love the sneaky stuff going on?
I'm telling you.
All right, here's the deal. 90,000. It's a 2-mile by 13-mile sheen in the Gulf.
Yep.
Sheen.
They called it a sheen.
So is
And a
it
helicopter.
Martin Sheen or
A
Charlie
helicopter.
Sheen?
Yeah, it's a Charlie Sheen. Helicopter noticed it. The spill is near the Shell's Brutus platform on Thursday morning.
And I'm
this
pretty
is
sure
back
that's
on the 13th of
Port Arthur?
May. And it's 165 miles southwest of New Orleans.
is that considered the one that
Port
they just
Fourchon.
Yeah, what he said.
Exactly. 97 miles south
God
of
bless him.
Fourchon. The thing is that platform's not drilling. It's shut down.
It's shut down because it was just bought by the Saudis.
Yeah, it's not been drilling for a while, so nobody knows where the oil leak is coming from on it.
I'm thinking from the ground.
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah.
I'm just guessing. Okay, so you've got an abandoned oil well that's basically still hooked up to Mother Nature and her
And her fury
fury.
or
Okay.
potential fury. Or
That was just
whatever.
purchased by Saudi Arabia. Were they any idea whether they were planning on just holding it shut down, or were they going to start pumping? So that would be my next question there, Captain Pat, since you're researching. And then now we've got an underground leak, and we've got a Sheen, not Charlie, not Martin, but we've got pretty good idea.
Far more
Yeah.
dangerous.
Far more dangerous, far more flammable than either one of them.
Well, I don't know.
in the
Charlie's probably
Gulf.
pretty flammable these days.
Well, remember the big BP? Remember the big BP?
Yeah,
spill?
yeah.
And it, I don't know.
Was it the Juan Valdez?
No. That was in the Pacific Northwest. I'm talking about the BP one down in the Gulf.
Yeah,
that-
it talks about that in here. That
Yeah, I mean that was huge.
and
That was just amazing.
2010. The
Yeah.
oil rig exploded, killed 11 people, and released 4.2 million barrels of oil into the water. And a barrel of oil is only like 42 gallons.
Yeah, something like that. So
55 gallons, which people think, but
no. The ones for
Yes.
oil are
yeah,
not quite.
that's
that-
that's
like
the
that.
measuring standard.
And of course they did that so that OPEC did that so that they could jack the price. But okay, so you got 4.2 billion barrels of oil that went in, and that slimed everything. But then isn't it weird how they said the ocean or Mother Nature just kind of took care of it?
Yeah.
And ate it back or something. I don't know what she,
Well, there's
she
a,
swallowed. I don't
there's
know.
a bacteria that thrives on petroleum.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
and the Exxon Valdez
Yeah.
they helped clean that up by using that
My-
bacteria. But
But my Chevelle used to do that.
yeah,
Thrived on petroleum.
thrived on petroleum. Yeah. But I mean, there's and they say that a major portion of that oil spill from 2010 was Mother Nature helped.
Yeah, big
fix the-
time.
correct
Yeah.
the problem.
Yeah.
You know, we had to fix the problem on the shore and close to the communities and all that.
and birds
and the
stuff.
birds and all that,
dawn,
but, you
so
know,
a lot of
Yeah,
dawn,
there's a lot of dawn.
a lot of volunteers that didn't get paid.
Yeah,
that
there was
kind
a lot of
stuff.
crack of dawn too.
Yeah, yeah. So, all right, well, you know, isn't it funny how stuff like that happens? I did a post, and there were quite a few comments on it, and I didn't go back to it today. Feeling a little under the weather. Need another beer, that kind of thing. President Obama goes to Vietnam, lifts the
Weapons embargo.
weapons embargo, which of course too meant economics. I mean, so I think
Right.
yeah, you can call it,
Basically, we have said you can buy weapons,
yes,
but we didn't designate who you get to buy them from.
right.
So what they're going to do is not buy weapons from us. They're going to buy them from somebody else. They've been using Russian
and
ammunition since we were there.
Indochina.
Yeah. I mean, it's like
also they just got an $11.3 billion contract for Vietjet, which is the Vietnamese airline, with Boeing.
Mhm.
This last week they inked it. So
Yeah.
I used to like our government a lot more when they at least made the attempt to hide it. You know? Now the president goes over there, says lolly lolly ding ding, lifts a 50-year embargo that's been in place that's working. It's not like they got to defend themselves. They haven't had to defend themselves. Why they got to defend themselves now? Because that was the reason.
well, now
for
they're saying
lifting.
now
the
they're saying
embargo.
they need with the instability of China,
Well,
they want to be able to
yeah.
defend themselves. And I'm like,
Let's-
you know what? Well,
let's be
that's the
realistic.
problem with being a very small country in Southeast Asia.
Mhm. Well,
Uh,
let's be realistic. The Chinese don't fight wars like the Americans do.
No,
We go and visit and shoot people and blow,
Yeah.
and usually we blow stuff up, and every once in a while a
And then,
civilian or two gets involved.
we actually go back and rebuild it.
Oh yeah, or just give them a whole bunch of money while we're there,
Yeah.
and then leave, and then they just laugh, and then they go, "Where are you going?
Yeah.
Where's my money?"
Yeah.
It's kind of like a giant EBT card
Yeah.
for Afghanistan.
Yeah.
So
And Iraq.
yeah.
But no,
Okay,
China
so-
goes in, they kill everything, and
Yeah.
then they
So
yeah.
let's be realistic. If China wanted Vietnam, they could just march down there,
Yeah.
literally, and just put somebody every square inch.
Yeah.
And just so
We own
do
you.
now.
Have a nice day.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
even gonna. And you know what? The Chinese are small enough to use the tunnels too, so you
Yeah.
can't even pull that trick on them.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well,
Forrest Gump.
we have a Vietnamese guy that works in our department, and he immigrated from Vietnam when he was very young. So
Mhm.
his parents came over and stuff. And he said it's funny because like every Wednesday, the power's shut off in Vietnam.
Yeah.
Across the country.
Yeah.
There's no lights. There's no
Blackout.
nothing.
Yeah.
24 hours.
The whole country.
Whole country. No power. That's how they conserve money.
They got no.
Are you-
grudge. They have
Yeah,
no.
seriously, are you shitting me?
No, serious.
They don't export
ask
anything.
Ask him the next time you're up at the station.
Vietnam does not sell anything to
Yeah.
anybody. They
Wow.
don't. Like
did- I
we
did
sell
not know
stuff.
that.
We
you know?
we
I did
actually
not know
take
that.
our raw materials there, they process it into a material, and then we ship it back out.
Yeah.
When you see made in Vietnam, all the raw materials were sent there.
Wouldn't it just be easier
just
to send
provided
those little
the
guys over
labor.
here? I mean, you could stack them about 30 deep in a suitcase, couldn't you?
Well, that's probably how your buddy immigrated here.
I don't know.
Suitcase.
I am totally joking. I am not a racist.
I am. That little bag, you get at Walmart.
Yeah.
I got like 3 Vietnamese in there once.
Cool.
You know how many Ethiopians you can get in a phone book? All of them.
It's bad joke day.
Yeah.
Woo! What-
Man,
what do you
that
That was a good joke.
Yeah. How do you get an Ethiopian wet? You make him run around the shower.
Oh. That was. See, you're a racist.
I am.
Okay.
I guess.
So
I
moving right along.
Define it. Use it in a sentence.
I allegedly. Hey, what's going on with our Braves? Huh? Because you know what I'm going to lead up to is the Super Bowl, but I want to talk about the Braves first. So they haven't won a game in 19 years now. And I heard the general manager, he's gone now.
Yeah,
He
they
quit.
just fired. No, they didn't quit. They fired him.
They fired him.
They walked in the clubhouse and said, "Have a nice day."
Did you hear about the manager? And I always sworn that the lead guy at an airport was elected. He was an elected official, but
No.
Atlanta said it's a general manager. And did you hear how he got fired?
No.
He got fired this week. You know what they did? They sent him a letter. I shit you not.
So like he goes to work all day, comes home,
Yeah.
walks in, picks up the mail, reads the letter. Oh, by the way, don't bother coming to work tomorrow.
Yeah, the mayor was out of town, and he had tried to set something up last week, but the guy said he was too busy. They were supposed to have a meeting.
See,
at
that's
10,
why you get
10:30.
fired.
Well, no,
Yeah.
no. What it was the mayor was trying to set something up with him to let him know that he was being terminated, and the
Yeah.
guy knew it.
Yeah, so he said he was too busy.
So he said he was too busy to try to postpone, the inevitable.
Yeah,
Which,
and then Hasim,
Thank you for working this week. We're not
Yeah.
going to pay you
Yeah.
because you missed the meeting.
yeah,
then Hasim went to blah 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 wherever mayors go when they don't want to be here or blamed or
Shot.
and so the CEO, the Atlanta CEO guy, sent him a letter and said, "Hey, love you, long time, just not today. Go home." They sent it to him by courier. Can you imagine? And I guess
I got
CEO
fired by letter.
Yeah. You ever got fired by a phone call? I've never been fired over
I'm
the
trying
phone.
to think if I've ever been
I
fired.
have been fired by a phone. I just thought of that. Oh my God. I have. How rude. Yeah. Oh well. Life goes
I've
on.
pretty much blown up the bridge behind me as I've walked out of any job I've ever left.
I've heard that about you.
I walked
I-
out of it one job topless, if that'll tell you anything.
I've heard you've you've left something at a job.
Well, yeah.
You're disgusting.
Well, she deserved it.
All righty. You ever been fired, Pat?
Yep.
And you've been fired. I'm not. I don't even have to look.
well-
And the thing of it have you ever noticed though that if you've been fired from a job, it was a job that you didn't want to be at anyway?
Well, no. 'Cause
I don't
when
know.
I got
That's-
fired from the police department, I wanted so bad to be on that police department that it actually brought tears to my eyes when they were like, "You are terminated." But then as I sat there, I realized why I was being terminated, and it turned into this maniacal laugh as I'm sliding my gun and my badge back across the desk and letting them know that this isn't going to kill me. And it hurts because I really like this job, but yeah, I kind of deserved it. You apparently, for those 2 viewers we have now, and whoever's listening on the radio, do not at any circumstance listen to Jose Cuervo in the middle of the night when your neighbor is banging on your door telling you to keep your kids quiet.
I'm here to tell you,
leave that shoebox alone.
if I was ever begging my neighbor and her, I almost said his, and her kids, God, that just ruined the whole joke.
Yeah, it did.
Never
You're
mind.
done.
You're done.
So a friend of mine named Larry, his name, you ever known somebody for years and years and years? He was an MP, by the way. Sorry. You can't spell wimp without MP. He's listening to the show. Now, I've known him forever as Larry, but suddenly he's on Facebook now and has been, for a couple of years and all, but now his name is Butch. Now, his wife used to call him Butch when, years ago. But
Yeah.
we always just thought that was like a little,
Pet name.
cutie pet name, Butch. I can't
Aw.
imagine he was worth anything in the sack. I mean, he was lazy in life, so I'm sure he's a dead butt when he got in the sack. But yeah, so he's like, he's watching, he's seeing me, he's moving. And then he goes, "How'd you get in that little box?" So go to hell, Larry. Butch. Why Butch? Seriously, will you call in, please? 678-760-1556.
Is your wallet on a chain? That pretty much comes with the name Butch.
No.
Oh yeah, but if
That
you
doesn't
su-
come with the name Butch. Butch is the name that has the outline of the dip can in the back pocket.
Nope. Not this
No?
guy. Not this
Yeah.
guy. This guy is probably.
We must have pissed him off. I think he stopped watching.
Well, I think he said he was listening. Butch is Larry. Whatever. One of the hardest working people I've ever met in my life. Never once complained about coming in early if he didn't show up early anyways. Never once complained about showing up late or staying late.
Yeah.
Okay. Always had that we're going to work until we get the job done thing. Oh no, this might be him.
Hey,
Yeah.
Butch.
Hello. This is That's for Fun Radio. Hey, turn down your whatever. Hello.
I got I got it muted.
Okay, who's this?
This is El Conquistador.
Oh crap, you remember that, huh? Hey, seriously, where the hell did the name Butch come from?
Because I'm a junior, and my dad's best friend's name was Butch.
So your dad's best friend and your mom had something going?
It could have been because there's no telling about Mom.
I am so telling her you said that too.
Please don't take me.
I am so gonna send her a link to the YouTube and the time. Now, I mean, years ago, dude, Frankie, she used to call you Butch, but none of us did. I did. Larry and I were in business together for a while too. Well, we worked at a company together for years, and then we started our own business, repoing cars. And quite frankly, I'm a great businessman. I'm very operational, and Larry Butch is an asshole. So it worked out great.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, there's got to be one in every bunch, and if you can't find him, it's you.
Larry would look people. Larry, yeah, really. Yeah. If you're the smartest person in your group, get a different group. And yeah, if you're looking at your group and you're trying to find out who the asshole is, if you got to think that much, it's you. So
I pride myself on that most of the time.
Well, Larry is Butch, whatever the hell we call you. I was actually complimenting you, and I was hoping that you weren't listening at that point. But the hardest work ethic I've probably ever met in another human being.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, well, don't get all mushy and all. But the guy
I'll give you that $20 after the show.
The guy works. I don't know now because we're all getting older, and he's lost all his hair, and I haven't. So neener. But we were both these 7-day-a-week kind of guys. Butch, you still work 7 days a week?
6, but I average between 70 and 80 hours in that 6.
Yeah, see what I mean?
What do you do?
I drive around the state looking at houses and doing estimates for HUD.
He's a slumlord. Don't let him con you with some other name. He's a slumlord, aren't you?
I'd like to be one.
Well, no, actually, these are foreclosed houses that the banks are trying to pawn off on HUD, and they have to meet FHA standards. And so I go in and I rip them apart and I say, hey, your wiring is missing, your plumbing is missing, roof is leaking. It ain't gonna fly.
Larry's the kind of guy that, and we're all military here on the show, Larry. Larry's the kind of guy that, let's say you're in a unit and you did something great, and he was in Germany as well. So let me do it that way. Let's say you're in a unit in Germany and you prevented the East Germans from coming over the wall or something, and a big general and a congressman and a senator and a world leader was going to come talk to your unit. Larry's the guy that you put on detail as far away from the ceremony as possible.
Larry,
right?
We're going to get along just good.
There is some very good proof to that.
Yes, there is one. Let me tell you something. When the
No
wall
filter.
came down, oh, God, no. This guy is like a hand-rolled cigarette. Ain't a filter in the room. Larry would say stuff to our bosses that used to just rattle their cages. And then, like I used to tell people all the time, Hitler was an amazing military leader. He really was. He just took on 3 fronts, and nobody wins a 3-front battle. Nobody,
Well, not only did he take on 3 fronts, but he had a huge drug problem and everything else.
Well, that was later on.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a girlfriend. I don't even have a girlfriend. Jesus Christ, I had to go there, didn't I?
You know how bad that sounds, Mike?
I know it.
Hitler had a girlfriend, and you can't.
At least Hitler had a girlfriend,
Man.
Yeah, honey, Boo Boo's mom
Look,
got married.
Mike, there's always Pullman Industrial Boulevard, brother.
Man,
Pullman Industrial Boulevard. $20, you're good.
I know, but they don't stay with you. I mean, $20 is good for a
That's
little
the whole point. You're paying them to leave.
Did you hear that, Pat?
Oh my God.
Was that?
Look, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I looked in the refrigerator today and I was looking at the milk. Hell, it's even got a date. That's how bad my life is. What about you? Is there any significant other in your life? Because God knows you're ugly as the backside of my nutsack.
Well, with 3 ex-wives, Mike, I figure I probably had enough truly significant others.
You haven't seen the hot to crazy
The
Matrix,
hot crazy Matrix. Yeah.
have you? You haven't learned.
No,
The
he's
hot
not allowed to go
crazy
out
man.
at night. The
No,
ankle bracelet won't
Yeah.
let him.
Has nothing to do.
Oh,
You need to look this up.
I mean,
Not just you, but any of the men out there. The crazy to hot Matrix. You need to learn where your safe zones are.
oh, I saw that. And you know what?
Yeah.
That Matrix, I fucked it up.
Yeah,
Look,
same here,
if she
man.
looks so hot that you're like, yeah, I could really go for it. No, don't back away.
I
You
fall
go-
for it. I fall for it.
Yeah.
I fall for it.
No,
All the time.
you need to start looking in the corners at those ugly girls.
No, I can't do it.
Mike
Scotty,
fell for that.
Scotty tells me that all the time too. Scotty's like, you got to lower your standards. I'm like, I can't. I'm not there yet. I mean, don't get me
Yeah,
wrong. It's been 2:30 and I
Look.
went home with the dwarf that was drunk. They don't think I didn't. But look, in all honesty, the bitch had been eyeballing me all night anyway. So, or she was at
Well,
least,
as long as you return her wooden leg.
yeah, hell yeah. And when she came up to me and she goes, "Hey, your hair smells nice," I'm like, "What? Oh, I get it." So yeah, I was cool with that. So yeah, and not only that, but when you do 69 with them, their little feet hit you right there. It's kind of weird.
And the best part about it is you get in well, no, I guess that'd be the bad thing. You really can't get on that many rides when you take them to Disneyland because they're not tall enough.
You can't even take them to Six Flags.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Now you know what I did was I got her a
they
virtual
do it-
reality headset and I put her in a recliner and slung that bitch around like a 3-year-old. Told her we were at Six Flags. Saved me $40.
No, plus she eats, half price.
Bum. She did half price.
Wow.
Get it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of like Dahmer, in jail. Hey, you guys want to go in half on a hooker? I'm not that hungry. I got jokes tonight, baby.
I'm telling you.
I got
you're
jokes.
slaying
Mike,
them.
I got to tell you, Mike, you're actually on it.
Yeah.
You took your medication.
No.
Or not. Yeah.
Or not.
Or not. Yeah. The
I'm going with
medication.
or not.
Man, I tell you, Larry, do you do anything with the VA hospital? You never were a VA guy, were you?
I have. You know what? I got my paperwork from the VA to get my ID card.
Yeah.
I have been there probably a dozen times to 2 different VAs
Yeah.
to try to get this card, and each time, oh, we're sorry, the machine is broken.
Yeah. They
Oh.
suck about that. They suck about
I
that.
figured that if something happens to me, I'd go to Grady and I use your name and social security number.
Yeah, it's cool. That's cool.
I appreciate it, Mike. I
I've
knew you
got
wouldn't
a
mind.
card. You can use
Yeah.
mine.
Well, you know what happens is like, I have appointments every month. I got to go. And so I go in there. One time I was sitting on the, the little table there to get examined and I could hear them arguing out in the hallway. And the doctor was going, I know he's on 12 different medications. I know that. And I'm sitting there going, God, what the hell's going on? And then at the end, I heard what the problem was. The nurse goes, so what is the problem? And he goes, we don't have a patient named Michael Madsen. I'm like, oh God. Yeah. So,
Wow.
they had, my middle name is Salvatore. So on this particular record, they had me down for Michael Salvatore. So I was in the S's.
Oh man.
Yeah. You know what that's like?
Yeah, that's like a couple of letters down.
Oh, well, not only that, but then when you go to change it, they're like, do you have
Oh.
paperwork? Change your name?
I don't need to change my name because you guys did it.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean,
I don't need to change my name. You screwed that up.
oh, yeah. I want you to coin that phase the next time you go down to the VA. I want you to use
Wow.
it everywhere. I want you to use it in the parking lot.
I think we'll have T-shirts made.
No, I'm getting you a T-shirt made that says, hey, my titties are down here with arrows pointing down instead of, hey, my eyes are up here.
Yeah, because I don't want anybody looking at my eyes. Jeez,
Yeah,
that's
that's-
like creepy.
Nipples are the eyeballs of the chest.
I like that. Stone Mountain is kind of like the nipple of the South.
Yeah, it is.
I've always thought of that.
Yeah, it's more like the navel.
Yeah, you don't want to talk
Neighbor.
about Florida. It's kind of like the limp part.
Yeah, Florida's kind of like the bad leg. The kid on South Park. Timmy. Wow, we've insulted everybody.
Yes.
Pretty much. Have we missed anyone?
I don't know, Larry. Are you a Catholic priest?
No, I'm not down with little boys.
It's not what I heard.
So-
But bum.
Well,
Actually-
that's why I can't be a Catholic priest.
Larry, actually, when we were, growing up, Larry's son used to always, we used to always joke and say, "Don't go in the military. Don't go in the military." So, Larry, what'd your son do?
Oh, he's in the military, Mike.
Where did he get deployed?
Afghanistan a couple of times.
Yeah,
Damn those kids, they never listen.
they never listen. It's
Yep.
funny, when we talk about second and third generations. My children are forbidden. My daughter is she was in law enforcement. She's talking about going back in law enforcement. Max is over at Southern Polytech, and Dino wouldn't make it through in processing, so I don't even have to freaking worry about it. I'm serious. I am telling you right now. They would say, "Get off the bus," and he'd be like, "Fuck this,"
Yeah.
and then he'd
Yeah.
they'd be like, "You better get off the bus," and he would look at him and go, "Look,
Do you know who
check
my
this
dad
out."
is?
No, yeah, that'll work. Drop my name. That always helps.
Yeah.
He would just look at him and go, according to Georgia annotated law or something like that. He's off
He's
the
too
chart
smart for his-
smart.
Yeah.
Remember when he was
Smarter.
sitting here on the show that night?
Yeah.
Yep.
There were people that were commenting going, "Who's that guy?" It's like, hell, he's my 13-year-old son.
Yeah.
And he like fit in, and then he was trying to hit you with the drone. He thought
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
funny.
Well, and maybe
It's-
the branch that he would need to go into is the Air Force, where he can do drone work.
No, he
Uh-huh.
doesn't. No. Santino is going to be one of these guys that has a pocket protector and lives underground, like Area 51 type crap, something like that.
But he's gonna be one of those kids because even at 13, he's a good looking boy. He's gonna be that kid
Yeah.
that comes up from the ground like Brandon Fraser, and all the girls are gonna be like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, but they'll say that, but then he'll go, "Do you guys want to go eat sushi?" Because he's a dweeb. He's a nerd.
Yeah, but nerds have it. Nerds have it together.
Yeah,
I
you know what?
am a
You
firm
know what?
believer
You know what
that
the
nerds
difference
have it.
between nerds and jocks are?
Yeah, probably about $100,000 a year.
Jocks like sweat. Nerds like sex.
Well, I don't want to talk about what my son likes, but that's kind of weird.
Yeah, that just went on a whole new
Yeah.
plane.
So, what kind of sex do you like, Larry? Let's just
Oh, that
Well,
He's that
I
gender
like to be
neutral type.
naked, couple porcupines around.
couple what?
Porcupines.
Oh man, see, right when I was going to go home and wash my mongoose, now you got me thinking about porcupines.
There
Hey,
you go.
I'm about to get a couple peacocks. I love peacocks, man.
you'll be prepared because you know what they sound like, right?
They are loud as bitches,
It
and they love to fly.
sounds-
They love to get up on.
Yes, but they
I
sound
was afraid
like.
you were going to say goat.
Nah,
What's
hell
wrong
no.
with goats?
No.
I want a goat.
Yeah.
He's been in Afghanistan. He knows how to do a goat now.
Oh,
Did-
hell yeah.
Yeah, but I've been in
I gotta tell you,
Afghanistan.
I gotta tell you the story about a goat. I'm in a class, and I'm in a class with a bunch of strangers, right?
Woo, yeah.
and,
well, whatever. Meet and
It
greet,
comes up.
Thursday.
It comes up about goats, and so somebody said, "Well, can you do like rescue training goats or something like that?" I said, "My wife wants a goat. She wants a rescue goat." And they were like, "Where'd your wife rescue a goat from?" I said, "Afghanistan." And this one guy, without missing a beat, said, "Man, do you know what they do to goats over there? I'm glad she rescued them."
Oh my! I believe it. People are stupid. I mean,
Oh no! I mean, the guy legitimately thought that my wife rescued a goat from Afghanistan. I said, no. She wants to start like a goat rescue. And he's like, "Oh."
well, a friend of mine.
I just want to make them wear pajamas because they're so cute.
A friend of mine had a goat. It was a miniature goat, and it was black. And their hoofs make noise like crazy inside, but it was a little miniature. I think it was called a dwarf goat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then she used to paint its toenails red, and we called it Susie Nibbles. It was adorable.
Oh,
it really was.
please let me have a go.
It was the little pygmy goats. They're pretty damn expensive, I think. Though
They're like $500.
that's pretty damn expensive for a meal.
Oh, come on. How much did your rifle cost?
Yeah,
We're
but
not going into that.
can the goat kill the rifle? No, the rifle can kill the goat. We're
Yes.
talking kebabs.
I'm not gonna
$500 is a lot of
Eat it.
kebabs.
This is going to be like my service goat.
Get a pig.
No, I want to take a service goat.
Hey, Larry, remember that lady that had that big pig? Down in Stockbridge.
Stockbridge and a pig.
She had a big
There
old
was
pig in her
some
yard. Give me a beer. Thank you. Hey, remember the lady in Stockbridge had a big old pig in her yard. Used to be mean as hell.
Man, I can't remember her. I'm thinking of the trailers down there in Stockbridge and how nasty they were.
Oh, hey, you know,
For some reason, a pig isn't surprising me.
Stockbridge is going to actually outsource their police department. Can you believe that? It's going
To
to.
who?
There's not going to be a Stockbridge City Police Department. They're outsourcing it to a company called APS, and basically, it's a security guard thing. Thank you so much. Now wait. Remember, was it Starlight Electric? Remember those folks?
I know that name.
Yeah, Kathy Hugh. And
Oh God,
Kathy and Steve Hugh, they got divorced. Kathy goes to church. Where I go.
they were building that house.
Yeah, that big ass house that went nowhere.
Yeah.
Well, believe it
She
or
had
not,
pig.
no, she didn't have a pig. It was somebody else. But remember her mother, Kathy. You had Kathy. Kathy was the wife, and Catherine was the mother, and they're still both around.
Oh my God.
I know. Geez, you're old. This is kind of weird. We're using my show to get caught up with people. It's clever. So,
It's a marketing ploy.
okay, since we're talking about military or talking to a military guy, have you ever heard of a puppy dog shower before?
A puppy dog shower? Absolutely not. And we had K9.
That's right. He was an MP, so he worked that. Okay, well, I'm going to allow my co-host to explain to you a puppy dog shower.
Well, this is the way it was explained to me. I never had to do this.
No. The way you did it earlier, you have experience firsthand or first paw. Whatever.
First paw. I know the females didn't have to do that. Okay, it was a guy thing. You know, where you guys have to, there's like one shower head. Everybody has to go run underneath it, but they have to put their hands on the guy's shoulder in front of them so that there's an equal amount of space. It's nut to butt, whatever.
My God.
The first guy's got the bar of soap. He runs under the water and then he soaps himself up, hands it to the guy behind him. And then they're still in a circle and they go around and then they go back under the water to rinse off. One shower head.
Larry, did you ever do that in the military?
Hell no.
Where the hell?
He has never put his nuts on anybody's butt.
Well, that's not true. But I
I got drunk that one time, Mike.
Well, that's different. We weren't in the military, and we were just experimenting. It was college.
And drinking.
Oh God, we used to drink a lot, dude. Check this out. I've never, in 28 years, I've never been to a place that only had one shower head. Women, I think, always thought men only had like one shower head in it.
Oh, we thought you guys were disgusting.
Oh, let me tell you something. Now, in Germany, you didn't see this a lot in the States, but in Germany, they'd have like a damn telephone pole in the middle.
Yeah.
And they would have like 18 damn shower heads, which were mainly just hoses with like freaking bolts ran into them. I hated those. Oh, I didn't like that at all.
That is an accurate description. A bolt ran through it.
Yeah, I mean, I've actually seen a bolt threaded in there, and somebody take a screwdriver or something and gash it up a little bit so the water squirts out. But I'm here to tell you, the assholes that design those obviously don't have to use them. And then the other one is where, like at Fort Gordon when we were there, they like me and the Colonel, Sergeant Major, we were sharing a little bathroom down at that one end, and the shower head literally was about as big as the top of my beer bottle. Okay. And it literally had a nut driven in it. Okay. And the nut had holes drilled in the top of it. So it squirted the water out. But some moron didn't put it in the center of the little shower area. They put it about a foot off the left wall.
Oh, yeah.
So, and there was a handrail right there. So here you are eating breakfast with Colonel Carter and Sergeant Major Smallwood. And Colonel looks over and goes, "Madsen." And I'm like, "Yes, sir." And he goes, "After PT this morning, did you take a shower?" And I'm like, "Yes, sir." And he goes, "Did your butt touch that little bar?" And I'm like, "Well, yes, sir." And he goes, "Mine too." And yeah, how do you come back from that? I'm scarred.
You don't.
Look, I talked to my therapist about that. Because you know Sergeant Major Smallwood. You know what he says. Hey, Madsen. And I'm like, yes, Sergeant Major? He goes, did your nutsack touch that bar? I'm like, oh, come on.
Did you turn around?
Yeah, because Sergeant Major, you know, he's always.
Now, what you should have said to Colonel Mike is you should have said, when he said, mine did too, you should have responded with, I know.
Well,
that's why it was warm.
Jeez, man. And you know, you sit there and you think, okay, whoever did this, it definitely, positively 100% was the lowest bidder. Why is it that we as military folks were always okay with dealing with crap from the lowest bidder? Now, in the corporate world.
Why? Because we go into third world countries where we let them build our stuff. It's worse than the crap we've got here. When we come back here and the shower's got mold halfway up the wall, we don't care. The water's hot.
Man, let me tell you something about some of those little shower, whatever, trailers.
Oh, those were gross.
Now, look, you know what? In Afghanistan, they were disgusting. They smelled really bad. Sometimes the water just ran out of the bottom.
Yes.
So it was everywhere. It was disgusting. And then the water was cloudy and stunk and everything else. But let me tell you something. When we were at, what was it, JRTC? Did you ever go to JRTC, Larry?
No, I never went there.
JRTC, where the hell, where was that? Kentucky?
No,
Louisiana?
Missouri or Louisiana. Yeah,
Louisiana. JRTC is in Louisiana. I know you went to NTC, right?
No, never. I was only in the United States for 2 years. All my other time was overseas.
You are such a fag. So NTC, there weren't any showers, so I can't complain about them. But I've been to JRTC a couple times, and JRTC, this last time we went, the showers were so bad. The hot water, they couldn't get to work half the damn time. And then when they did get it to work, it was the day that it was 160 degrees outside. Then the food, the contract that was feeding us the food refused to feed us the food because it was so bad. How about that?
I wouldn't be surprised.
And these were minimum wage workers in Louisiana. Damn, when a minimum wage worker in Louisiana won't serve you food.
And these are people that pull shit out of mud and eat it.
Yeah, it was bad. And then our water supply was non-potable for a while. Mm-hmm. It got tested, and we didn't have any water.
Fabulous.
Why is it that we put up with this stuff, guys? And then we come back and we get treated like crap. I get treated like crap sometimes.
Well, according to the VA, we're all standing in line at Disney.
Yeah, don't get it. Yeah. Did you hear about that, Larry?
Oh yeah. I'd like to put that son of a bitch in a line.
You know, Larry Sampler. He's an SF guy. We know each other from way, way, way long ago in a galaxy far, far away. And he's been he's like second in command over at USAID in Afghanistan. More than likely going to take a pretty high-ranking political position. Good guy, very smart, extremely smart. We were talking about this, you know, and he basically said that guy, you know, the VA secretary said that Walt Disney doesn't track that. So Larry Sampler took the stance of, yes, they do. You see what I'm getting at? So not only is this asshole that's supposed to have our health and well-being, you know, is his top priority in life, he's also saying stuff off the cuff that's not even true, because Walt Disney World or Disneyland or whatever the hell they call these places, they do track how long people stand in line. And this is for entertainment. This isn't for healthcare. So, what happens to this guy? How did somebody said we could impeach him? I'm cool. I got some spare time. I'll head something up. Well, I know a couple senators. You know,
he apologized for his statement yesterday or today.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, well, I can give two shits and a holler about his apology. He showed what he's about.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You know it.
Well, herein lies the problem. So he compares the VA standing in line to standing in line at Disney, and says, you know, they don't track their wait times. Why should we? So then Disney fires back with their response. And the VA comes back and says, well, okay, he made a mistake in what he said. Everybody makes mistakes, but he's got a job to do, and we should focus on the job that he should do. Okay, well, his job is to fix the freaking mistakes. How is he going to fix it if he's making more mistakes himself?
Well, yeah. Hey, look, I can say this, and I said it earlier in the show. I think our government needs to hit the reset button. I know, man, maybe that's a bad thing, though. I can see a lot of bad things happening, but damn, it's kind of out of control, isn't it?
Well, you know what? Here's one of the first things to start fixing the VA.
Internalize it.
These are veterans. These are people who have served in the military. Civilians don't take care of veterans. We put it back into the branches and allow the military to govern itself and take care of its own.
How many medics came back from Afghanistan that have been perfectly well trained to work in hospital settings and they don't have jobs?
Not only that, they have a better understanding of what's going on with the veterans that are coming through the door.
I tell you what.
Would you like me to tell you my experience of military hospitals?
Go for it, baby.
I walked around for 2 years with a cracked neck, and they gave me Motrin and threw out 4 sets of x-rays. That was active duty. They didn't want to give 100% disability. That was Launch Stool and then Fort McPherson.
Well,
Civilians are the ones that fixed me out of my pocket.
There still needs to be checks and balances, of course, but what I'm talking about isn't the upper echelon should be, well-trained surgeons, not the guys that go overseas and just butcher up whatever. But I'm talking.
Well, here's an idea with it. Why don't you allow the vets to go onto the bases to the military hospitals and simultaneously with their VA card that is harder than hell to obtain quite often, go into the civilian hospitals and use it just like a Medicaid card.
Yeah, bill the government.
Yep.
Yeah, that I've always kind of felt. I've always thought that would kind of be the way, because I know what you're saying, Pat, and I know what you're saying, variable speed, and I know what you're saying, Butch or Larry, whoever the hell you are. But my point is look, there is a huge medical network already in place. And by making these major switches you guys are talking about, you're going to create a lot of waves in the water. Why not just say, Madsen, you're okay. Look, it's stupid. Why do I have to go all the way to Claremont Road to get x-rays?
Right.
And that's my problem too. I don't go to the VA because it takes so long.
You can go to a local. You should be able to go to a local x-ray place. I mean, there are radiology clinics all over the place.
Military aid, whatever the hell you want to call it.
The other thing too is we have figured out in the pre-hospital setting, because there's a lot of vets who want to be taken to the VA. Well, guess what? The VA's emergency room is not an ambulance receiving emergency room.
Hell no. And dude,
and people are like, no, I got to go to the VA because they'll cover it. Well, what we found out is call the VA, let them deny the patient. We put it in the report. We give the report to the patient. Then the patient sends it to the VA and the VA pays the hospital bill.
Really?
Yeah. Because what they're doing is denying the care of their patient.
Huh. I didn't know that.
So for us, we get to get paid too.
Ooh, you need to write that up and let's post that.
Exactly. Let's get that on.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, let's put that on the Foxhole Network.
Yep.
Larry, are you a member of the Foxhole Support Network?
I've never heard of it.
Well, you little bastard, you are now. It is my co-host over here is the CEO of the Foxhole Support Network, and it's veterans helping veterans, man. It's that's all it is. So we are going to send you a friend request or whatever the hell it is that we do. What is it that we do?
If you have a friend, you can add a member.
Oh, geez. I guess I got to be your friend, Larry.
Jesus Christ.
I know it. The stuff you got to do.
So the thing about the Foxhole is it has a multitude of different purposes. One, it's peer support. So you can talk to people. If you're going through a bad time, you can talk to other people that have been in the same situation that can help you through it. So if you're a veteran that has needs, you can join to get the help. If you are a veteran who doesn't have any problems,
Larry's got problems. This dude's a retard, man.
Well, we can't help with every issue. We'll just say that out. That's my disclaimer.
This
But you
dude's
have
off
the ability
freaking
to
hook.
help other people, then you can do that too.
You don't want him helping you.
We also share information like we just talked about, information on how to get your cards, what you need to do, what steps you need to take, how to navigate the system. We have people in there that are pretty much experts on your disability claims who can get you through all of that red tape and get you where you're supposed to be.
Right. And we're working towards Veterans Administration, what's called accreditations through VJ Helps Vets, CJ Helps
CJ.
Vets. And then we'll actually be able to like do the paperwork and actually get in there and assist. So I'm going to send you a little request there, Butch. Whatever.
Malcolm Conquistador. I've come to adore
Well,
that name.
We a long time ago we decided that we were going to have names and we were going to be referred to as certain things. And somebody I know said, from now on, I would like to be known as El Conquistador. And I was going to only talk to people in fax noises.
Oh my God, please don't. God, dial up.
Butch, I'm sure you got something to be doing other than this.
Yeah, I was gonna wash clothes. And my butt cheek itches.
Oh,
Wow, you have got a very exciting life.
nasty boy. Ooh, you nasty boy.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to let you go because believe it or not, we got to do some commercials and pay the bills around this joint.
All right.
Hey, look,
Take care,
man.
guys.
Thanks for calling in, man.
Oh, you are welcome. You are welcome. We'll talk to you soon.
Smell you later.
Bye-bye.
What a great guy, man. I tell you what, you see
He
what I'm
sounds
talking
like-
about?
He sounds like an interesting fellow.
Yeah, he's interesting. Like if you had a rash and you didn't know what it was, interesting.
Actually, I kind of do right now.
I
think I was bit by a spider though.
No, God. Oh, please. Let's
That's
go to
why
a
I'm,
commercial.
that's why I'm on the Benadryl.
You guys okay? You guys ready? I'm going to go to a commercial.
Yeah.
Let's pay some bills. What do you think? Hey, it's World According to Mike. We're here with the Variable Speed co-host and Captain Opinionated Pat. Opatinated or opinionated. And you know what? We'll be back in a couple of minutes. It's the World According to Mike.
You know, what's interesting is the Military Times posted the response by Disney.
Yeah.
The VA secretary.
Yeah, I just had it pulled up. We take our wait times very seriously. We continually push the boundaries to give our guests the best experience possible.
I don't the proven fact that when you get pissed off, the things you say, the saying Freudian, there's a whole purpose behind the Freudian slip. It is a micro expression. And when you don't have time to calculate or be
Mhm.
and you just say something like, people say, oh, when
No, when you're upset, that's when you say the things that you really mean.
do mean read some. Nothing we do as human beings and until people realize that, guy hanging out inside. So,
Mhm.
but even the guy.
Yeah.
And it's. Trump is truthfully saying things. I mean,
Yeah, he's not bullshitting anybody. What did you say?
It happens.
It's okay.
My medication.
I do too, though.
I
And I don't have medication that makes me do that.
I see something about this.
I see that too.
Do you really? I mean,
Like, and I think that's where the leprechaun theory came from.
really.
Yeah.
My
I can handle that little something that just whizzes by out here.
sometimes it's in front. What really screws me is while I'm watching.
She must be related to my daughter. Because I wasn't even awake yet. My daughter comes in. She goes, "Oh, Bailey wanted to see you," and I'm like, "It's 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm getting up in an hour."
Never done that to anybody. Unless it's an emergency,
Yeah, don't
I've
come
had to
in.
wake up 2-star general and say, "Let's go, let's go, let's go." But that's not what I'm talking about.
I don't know. Raggy.
They cannot confirm nor can they deny whether Kale's DD
Kyle.
could be inaccurate and not reflect the actual award because they're having to compare it to his official military awards jacket. That just happened to be like the next story after the.
Let's be realistic. How long did that take?
Long enough for nobody to care.
Depends upon how much of his record is didactic.
So what are we talking about when we get back?
Sports Authority.
Let's talk about Sports Authority.
I don't want those get up. I like listening to books.
I don't mind.
There's a lot of people that
I'm sure Helen Keller wouldn't.
say bad things.
I think she would find you very interesting. Her and her cat, Mittens. The dog.
You know what I do? Every time she left for work, I swear to God,
Rearrange furniture.
hell yeah. I'd be like, "Hey, baby,
You're
such an
awful person.
baby, can you get the phone?" That's a waffle iron. All right, let's go back to work.
Let's do it.
Oh boy, I know you're going to find this hard to believe, world, but we're actually talking about mean things to do to Helen Keller. And I was saying I'd rearrange the furniture and then have her answer the waffle iron. She'd probably only fall for that like once.
Well, if she fell for it twice, you wouldn't have to worry about ever hearing it again.
Get her to answer the iron. Ow! That'd be great. Wow.
Wait a second. Can you ask a deaf person to answer the phone?
Well, she was deaf and blind, so I imagine you got to grab her hand and do sign language into her hand. Or something in her hand. Wow.
That's a very scary thought.
Just think if Monica Lewinsky was Helen Keller.
Oh,
that's
wow.
just weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just jumping out there and talking about stupid, crazy stuff.
We're going to lose that one viewer, and it's us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's kind of a stagnant night tonight. You know what? The way I look at it is we're just doing this for record. We got another 30 minutes. Let's talk. Yeah, we can talk about anything you want to. Anybody got the news on the Sports Authority? I know that's is it Friday? Friday's the big day.
I've been seeing those ads all week long. Go in now, get your deals because the Sports Authority is closing down. They filed bankruptcy.
Yeah, so Friday's the day though, right? For the
No.
big clearance sales this
Yeah,
weekend.
all of them start Friday. They all the sales are expected to start Friday and they'll finish by the end of August.
So you've got this summer to pretty much clear out the Sports Authority.
Yeah.
Well, I imagine you got this weekend to clear out the Sports Authority. After this weekend, I imagine all it's going to be left is wristbands and tennis balls.
Yeah, they're going to start with their 20% off here, and then they're going to go to 30%. I mean, they're going to nickel and dime it until it gets down there.
And then it's going to depend
Wow.
upon which do they just provide the outlet for things like Nike sportswear and Under Armour and stuff like that, or do they own it and now they're selling it out? Because some of that might actually be sent back for credits or whatever for any debts they owe.
What's in the store will probably stay in the store. What's in their warehouses, if it's still owned or if they have the ability to send it back for credit, they'll do that. But if it's already in the store, then the company will take it back.
I don't know if they, most of those places do not work off a line of credit, because it's impossible to get it back. So, I would think that like Cat and Pat was saying, that if they got a warehouse full of stuff, who would know about this? A friend of ours, a listener, Jeff Matthias, and I think he is listening because he just texted me something. He said, Trump, knock, knock. Hillary said, who's there? And from what I understand, where Jeff works, they're going out of business. So I wonder, Jeff, if you're not busy and you're listening, call in. I have a question about what happens now. Jeff's company deals in furniture, I believe. So here's what I see going on. And see, you guys always bring a different look to the table. It's very interesting what you do. Oh, here we go. It's the Batsicle. Just for Fun Radio, this is the world according to Mike. You're talking to, you know him. You love him. Military.
And I'm never too busy for the big sexy.
Hey, big sexy yourself. Hey, listen, we're talking about Sports Authority going out of business, and a question came up about the stuff that's in the warehouse versus what's on the showroom floor.
Are they actually going out of business, liquidating, reconsolidating?
They are closing their doors.
Yeah,
closing the doors.
They're actually going to close their doors,
yes,
such as my business. Well, with like my business, we actually pay for everything up front prior to us getting it. So once it hits our doors, we own it.
All right. So there's no line of credit. So there's no selling back stuff.
So we can't sell it back. I mean, we could try, and God knows trying to send something back overseas is expensive. So you get whatever dollar amount out of it that you can. Hope for the best.
Well, what I'm looking at right now is that Sports Authority was owned by the Los Angeles-based private equity firm, the Leonard Green and Partners, and that Sports Authority is $1.1 billion in debt.
Oh my God.
Yep.
That is insane. We were never in debt. We just did not make enough to pocket our owner.
Make profit and continue operating expenses.
Exactly. I mean, we were in the red, black, whatever you want to call it. I mean, we were struggling for a while. All our bills were always paid, so we never actually owed anybody. We just didn't pay our debts to our debtors, and then the owner actually made money, and that's when they finally decided to cut the losses.
Well, I mean, that makes, I hate that you're losing your job, but it does make good business sense that before you get in the hole, before you get in way over your head, how does
liquidate?
How does a sports retailer, a sports equipment retailer, get $1 billion? And I'm doing the whole Dr. Evil thing.
I can tell you that.
Holy crap!
I can kind of summarize that.
That's a hell of a lot of tennis shoes.
Well, it is. They've got almost 500 stores.
And they're closing all of them.
And they're closing every single one of them. So they're
463 stores are in the chains, and then all of them.
Yeah, actually, we met a store manager about 2 days ago that works for Tord over here in Snellville. That's the reason why she left is them closing every store. She's like, "Wow, I no longer have a job." So
why would management
what's pushing them out of business is that they weren't keeping up with the competition. They were behind the trends when it came to online sales. Was their biggest opposition,
right?
Because the online companies could sell their stuff and have it where they didn't have to pay the taxes on it. So people, of course, are turning to that.
Well, that's hurting.
There's not only that. There's not only that. It's just the fact that online sales. It's the convenience of, man, I don't have to leave. I don't have to go find a Sports Authority. First off, because we used to have one in Clayton County, and it closed up years ago. The nearest Sports Authority that I have found is, I guess, maybe Peachtree City, maybe. But
down that way, yeah.
Yeah, down that way. Or no, it's in
Here,
Noonan. It's in Noonan.
there was
That's-
always a store, but you could go online, and that was my issue. I've been in retail furniture for 30 years, and you don't buy a car online. You want to see the car, you want to test drive the car, and all that. And that was my problem with my GM. He's like, "Oh, everything is internet. Everything is IT this, IT that." And
I don't know
order
about
online.
furniture.
And
you know, the thing.
I wouldn't spend $3,000 on a sofa that I couldn't see.
Or sit
No,
on.
but as far as
Exactly,
keeping up with the,
$20 on a shirt, yeah. So
keeping
I
up
mean,
with the
the
trends,
internet
like I
was-
was going to say, the Nike shirts, the whole Nike line. And if you don't have the overhead of nearly 500 stores, you don't have to put that
Well,
funding into your sales
these-
prices. So you're going to be able to undercut the box stores that are sitting on the,
well,
on the corners.
that and the fact
and
that
that was our
they're not-
our point.
they're not storing anything. These online stores, they don't aside from Amazon and a couple of the big ones like that, they don't store anything. They submit an order to the manufacturer and
they
let their
drop ship.
distribution centers
direct.
drop it out.
Yeah.
But on your comment
Exactly.
about buying a car, shoot, there's the online car sales is actually going up. A lot of people are going to a dealership, checking out their car that they think they like, test drive it and all that. And then they can go online and order and buy a car and have it delivered to their house now.
Yeah, but here's the
But
thing: is that
you still have to
industry
go-
did that.
You still have to go to a location to test drive.
Right.
Yeah.
But the thing of it is
I mean, a shirt you don't like, a necklace you don't like, it doesn't fit right, it doesn't look right. You don't have to go anywhere. You're still sitting on your sofa and your skivvies like Mike. You send it right back.
right. Well, and I mean, I understand what you're saying. Yes, you still have to have a store, but you know what? I can put one store in Atlanta and service Spalding County, Clayton County, Fayette County, Paulding
Major
County. I mean, you can service the entire area. If they want to buy, if I have such a great product, they're going to come to me and they're going to look at my car and test drive my car.
Yeah,
and then
but-
they're going to say, man, I can drop $1,000 off of this window sticker by ordering it online and having it delivered to my house.
Do you realize how close we are to being on that mothership in the cartoon? What is it, Wally?
Yeah.
Those fat little people and their little hoverboards.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but okay, look, check this out. The
Look,
car
people,
industry.
people still have to know where you're at.
Yeah.
I mean, if you
And now,
go online and you Google furniture, I mean, you're talking about the United States, Europe, Asia. I mean, you're
I
going to be
would
Googling it
never-
for days.
I would never buy in furniture online.
I would.
But what I'm saying, though, is like you Google it, I mean, there's millions and millions, and
Yeah.
you're lucky if you're in the top 10 to 100 of that Google listing.
yes. And
I mean,
unless
it
you
is
pay
very
for that,
hard getting there.
unless you pay for that boost, which puts you at the top that nobody ever uses.
And where do you get that money from? You incorporate it in your pricing.
Right.
Or your
Well,
product. So, I mean, it's
yeah.
all hand in hand, and that was our GM. He thought, oh, yeah, well, just everything's going to be online shopping and blah, blah, blah. And that's where he went. If you don't know when a store exists, and that was my issue with him when he took over the company, is like, you have to advertise. You have to get your name out. You have to get your brand out.
Oh,
My
yeah.
wife and I, when I first got together, which Mike still tries to get my wife from me, and never happened, but Mike, keep trying. I love you as a friend. If you can take her from me, go ahead.
Dude, you,
But
you
if
have
every-
to know. You have to know that you no longer working those type of weeks is putting a crimp in our little thing.
Oh, I know.
Okay, just so you know. Your wife married
No.
down, dude. I mean,
She really did.
She did.
And I'm grateful that she
Yeah.
stepped down for me.
yeah, she
Made her
one day,
life good.
one day she's gonna want to go back, and I'll be there for her.
Hey,
Hey, I'm
All
your
so
friend.
You take my wife. You take my wife. I'll take Scott's, and we'll all be happy.
Well, I think we know that's not gonna happen.
Now he got quiet.
Yeah. Well,
Anyway, so-
everybody knows I got a thing for Crystal. Even Crystal knows I got a
she's a
thing for
beautiful-
Crystal.
She has a beautiful
is-
face and a beautiful heart and a beautiful soul.
Crystal,
We all know that.
Crystal captures a room when she walks in.
She does.
She doesn't even have to speak. She can just
So
walk
my
through and
wife
go,
and I-
hey, and it changes the atmosphere of the room.
My wife and I, when we first got together, and I lived with my younger brother after my separation from my ex-wife.
Damn.
It
we
was
just got
my
to tell
only
a
day
lot
off
of
was
stories.
Sunday. We throw on a pot of coffee. We click on the TV to the news. We watch news, play poker on our phones, and watch TV. Every 5 minutes, there was an underpriced commercial coming on the TV. By midweek, the only thing that we thought about when furniture came across our minds was underpriced. And I work for a furniture company. Because they branded it, they instilled it in your head, underpriced furniture.
Well,
My
yeah.
GM thought, let's do it internet. Let's send out an email to everybody that knows we're already here.
Yeah, but
Let's
that doesn't
keep
work, man.
emailing.
That doesn't.
And that was my point. Is
Yeah,
he
email.
he kept emailing people that already knew that we were here.
Yeah.
Out of how many 3.7
Right.
million people in Atlanta,
Right. That's your
and you're
problem.
emailing people that already know that we're here. Go
Yeah.
radio, go television. Let other people move
Yeah.
into Atlanta. Let them
Yeah.
know that we're here.
Yeah,
They
that's a good
talk
idea.
about I went to an interview the other day, and it was more of a, this is what our company's about. Now let us know if you want to kind of work for us. And that was one of the things I said. Most places, because it's a sales type deal. And the guy was like, when you first come, a lot of people are like, you're supposed to bring 100 people with you, and I'm sitting there going, I don't know 100 people. I might know 100 people, but I don't know 100 people like that. And then he says, yeah, but that's not the
I'm
the
surprised
concept.
variable speed comes with you. Angry as
And,
you are, Jesus.
And the thing of it is, though, is it's like, well, but it's not about the 10 people that you know. It's the 10 people that they know, and that's what you're supposed to get in on. I'm like, oh, well, and they said, well, but we do a buy list, so you don't have to bring your own people. We buy email listings.
Yeah.
So
Let me
And
ask
we
you a
did
question. Let me ask you a question. Everybody's heard of Lending Tree, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
How you
Yes,
get
sir.
offers. Okay. Do you know how that works?
you actually put your information on a site.
Yes. Now, mortgage companies buy that information
Yes.
for $20, $25 a pop.
Right.
Yep. Because I used to do mortgages for a friend of mine, and he'd go, how many leads you want today? And I'd say, give me 10. He'd spend $250, and I would get 10 people on my computer screen that had just filled out their information on Lending Tree. And I would contact each one of them going, hey, I want to fund your house, that kind of stuff. Out of that 10, maybe 3 would respond back. Out of those 3, maybe 1 would be a deal. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's and also let's be
you have a wreck. Your information goes into the system.
Yep.
Goes to the police station. I had a wreck, and all of a sudden, next day, you get 300 attorneys calling you.
absolutely. So the point I'm trying to make here is that I think in this day and age, people God, how can I say it? People are going to go for either who they know or price. If you're, like you said, Jeff, you were discounting the crap out of stuff, and people would come in there, you're bleeding out on the floor, and then they try to cut your artery, your femur arteries
more.
to get more. And that's just because in some people's head, they have to constantly get. They got to,
They have to get one up on the company.
Yeah. And
I
it
mean,
ain't doing them any good.
I understand. It's like you always want to get a better deal. You always want to feel like you came one up on wherever you're at. And I understand that, and I agree with it. But I heard or saw on Facebook one time, I can't remember where it was at, someone made a comment about a friend that came up to someone they knew that was in a business, and they needed something from that business. Oh, come on, man, give me that friend discount. If I was a friend, say Scott didn't just own the radio, or say you own the radio station, I'm trying to promote my company that I just started up. Instead of going to Scott saying, hey, man, give me the download price on it, I would understand that, hey, Scott's in it to make a living too. He's promoting his business. He's supporting his radio station. I'll pay full price. If he's a true friend, I'll give him full price because he's in the same boat I'm in.
But the
I'm
difference
trying to make my money.
the difference is
I don't believe that at all.
No, the difference is you don't go in with the expectation of getting a discount.
What the
And
hell is wrong with you? Are y'all freaking Americans? Are y'all human beings? Are y'all just talking shit because we're on the radio? Because y'all know
No,
you go
I
in there and try to
truly-
get the deal. Everybody tries to get the deal.
No, not everybody.
I don't
Scott.
go in and ask for a friend discount. I don't go in and ask for a military discount. I don't ask for free coffee at the drive-through
I don't
when I'm in
go.
uniform. But if it's offered, I say thank you very much.
You'll accept it,
Exactly.
and that's
and
my thing.
that's
is
the
like,
difference is that, and that's what he's saying is if Scotty, if Scotty was going to give him
If
advertising
Scotty
space,
offered it,
offered to say, hey, look, man, here's the price. It's not what I usually charge this, but I'm going to charge you this. That's a different story. But that's called respect.
but you're just talking about if I offer it to you, you'll accept it. But if I don't offer it to you, you'll pay full price.
Yes.
Come on. It's,
oh,
We don't
okay,
even
Mike,
go out
I-
on Veterans Day when they offer all of those veteran benefits. You get this for free, that for free. Everywhere you go, it's everything
I
is free.
eat like
I
9
don't do it.
meals. That
Well,
day.
We don't even do it.
That's supporting your country, though. There's a whole different scenario behind
Yeah.
that. You're
Yeah.
supporting the country
Well,
that you get to live in because people are sacrificing themselves.
right.
Yeah.
But the thing of it is, though, is there's a lot of people that go out that claim to be in the military and use that in order to get a free meal.
You know, I don't even.
Who cares?
I don't even argue when I go to a yard sale and somebody tells me $2 for a pair of jeans, and I'm like, fine. But when I have a yard sale, they're 50 cents, and somebody will ask me, "Oh, can I just give you a quarter?" Like, are you kidding me?
What? That doesn't make
Oh,
sense.
it happens.
Yes, it
We,
does. Some people ask
week
and some people
before-
don't.
before we closed our clearance center, I only had a week to go. Last week is 40% off everything. And in my clearance center, my prices are 20% below my main showroom. So when we offer the 40, you're getting 60% off the regular price, which means it's at cost or below typically because we don't have a huge margin. We really don't.
Where
And
are
they'll
you
come in
located?
going,
Hey, you don't have a mattress and box springs, do you?
no, we don't do box springs.
Shit, I need a mattress. and
It's
box.
hard. Mike, it's hard wrapping the body in the box spring.
No, I got rugs and plastic for that. No, I need a new mattress and box spring. All the
We're almost
all-
out of all that.
yeah,
Well, we
all the
really did not have
business that happens up in my crib has not really. It's
We
just my fat
really,
ass and my
I mean,
dog.
I will be honest. We did not have that high of a margin like some companies do. And when we had a margin, we had to make our living.
Listen, my
And to keep
buddy,
the company going.
when he worked for Bassett Furniture, I used to buy Bassett and Ashley furniture. Now, Ashley had like 7 different lines from really, really nice to just really, really, let's just say affordable. But Bassett, he told me that across the board is about a 300% markup from the manufacturing cost of the furniture. Now, Aaron's lease purchase, they made their own furniture. Okay. And literally some of their sofas would cost $12 to $15 to make.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
And you
They
think
were
that's
Aaron
Hey,
makes,
horrible.
but where Aaron makes their
they're-
money is on the
But they're,
lease
for
they're
purchase.
renting it. They're
Oh.
renting it, so within a month, they've made the money what they
Yeah.
spent on making it.
Yeah.
So the other 11 months is strictly profit.
Right.
And if
Right.
they rent it for 3 years,
Yeah, if it comes back and it goes back out, and they can't start the contract
Exactly.
over at 12 months, but they can fudge it. We used to have the ability to fudge it. I never let one piece of appliances like refrigerators, junk like that, washers and dryers, not one piece ever left my store for less than 10 months left on the contract. Even if it had been out 82 times and had paid for itself 65 times over, and there was no
you're
time
still
left
trying to
on
make money.
right. So
And that's
now
our job
furniture,
as managers and employees. You're
Yeah,
trying to
man.
make money.
furniture, there was a huge markup. Ashley used to kill us. Bassett basically priced themselves out of our market.
Our margin was 45 to 50%.
Yeah, see, that's just not much of a profit
And
margin there.
it's not really a huge margin. And when you're offering off 10 and 15% because of this holiday, that holiday, this
Yeah.
sale, all of a sudden you're not making a whole lot. And
Yeah.
people always came in going, "Oh, you're making tons of money." Now those same people are coming in going, "Oh my God, I can't believe you're going out of business. I mean, I thought y'all were doing so well. You should have spent
Yeah.
more."
You're just giving stuff away. How come you can't stay in business?
Exactly. But
Yeah.
I mean, it is business. And
People
right
are
now it's
stupid.
at the end of, I mean, I'll be another month and a half, 2 months, I'll be done, and we'll be up in Lynchburg enjoying those barrels that
Yeah, buddy.
Jack Daniels makes on their own. Did you watch
What?
the video?
What? Let's
Did
not
you see
get
the
it.
video where Jack
Don't-
Daniels still makes their own barrels?
Yeah, man. Don't be telling everybody what we're up to. They're gonna want in the club, man. Hey,
Oh well,
what
they can meet us
What's
there.
number one rule of the club?
yeah,
We
what's
don't
the
talk
number
about
one rule of
club.
drinking club? Hey,
Is there a club?
yes, Jeff.
Yes,
What-
sir.
What are you gonna do, buddy? You got a job lined up?
As of right now, I seriously don't know. I've been in furniture for 30 years now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's either furniture or flooring. Did flooring for a couple of years. I love it, but I just don't know if this old body will hold up to either
Yeah,
one. So I
that's
really
pretty
don't know.
tough.
Well, I don't know.
And furniture,
My wife can get
furniture
you
I got-
some medication. You can do an entire living room floor in a day.
Oh, I guarantee you, I can still do floor work. My body is,
Hey.
it's harder bending over doing hardwood floors. In warehouse and furniture, at least in my position, I can point a finger when I don't want to lift, say, hey, you lift it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a little easier
Yeah.
on this end of it, but
Well, hey, look
I
look
don't
at
know
it this
yet.
way. Look at it this way, dude. You are a manager. You're a leader. You're smart. You're about ugly as the backside of my balls. But the fact of the matter is you just have to manipulate your resume a little bit to show the management aspect of it. Do not, under any circumstances, settle for entry level
I
stuff.
won't. And Bree just heard what you said, and if you saw the fire in her eyes, she's on her way down to kick your butt right now.
Why? Because the ugly part?
Might call me ugly.
Oh, please. She's called you a lot
Oh,
worse.
Jeremy. Oh, she has, but I never heard it.
Yeah, she's called you.
But anyway, no,
I
I'm
had
not
no
gonna
idea
settle.
your old lady liked to talk during sex. I kept giving her my cell phone to call you.
Well, normally she can't. I'm going to leave it at that.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate
Hey,
you
Mike,
calling
I
me,
got to
man.
scoot. We're over here at another going away party. Her former boss actually was
Okay,
her
man.
last day at her job. She took on a new job, so we came over here to celebrate with her.
You're a good guy,
And I
Jeff.
heard you call out my name. I didn't even have the show on. I still heard you call it out.
that's I'm like Aquaman.
You got a big mouth. man.
I do, sir, and I'm proud of it. Jeff, I
Love you
appreciate you,
guys.
buddy. And
Y'all,
tell your wife I love her.
I surely will. Love you too, Mike.
All right, man. We'll see you, buddy.
All right, bye, guys.
Man, I got the coolest friends.
You do.
I really do.
You do. You're welcome.
Yeah. Well, none of y'all's friends have called in.
You're already here, Mike.
Yeah.
Well, I
here.
mean, Tello. What happened to Tello? What happened to relationship advice from the Tellos?
I think they got a little bit preoccupied with some other stuff at the moment. So.
Are they okay?
It's summertime,
Yeah, and CJ's up in Alaska. He told me to come up there, and I know a girl up there, and she actually does a radio show. Might have to
I
show
think-
y'all how to run the board one week. And
No, I'm thinking we should take this on the road and take a
Man, I'll
nice
tell you
cruise.
I'm telling you what.
I'd like to
I'm-
do some whale watching.
I'm
Scotty,
saying we need to go to Alaska.
are y'all
One of the last frontiers, baby.
are y'all down with this?
I'm down with this.
Seriously.
Let's go to Alaska.
I mean, CJ's got a place. Look, I can sleep on a couch. I don't care. Or I can sleep over her house. I think it's relatively close, but I really wanted to go to Alaska like during the winter when I want to see a polar bear. I want to yell at a polar bear and have polar bear yell back.
You do realize that
Okay.
in the wintertime there's like no sun
Yeah.
whatsoever.
Oh,
And
Like-
the other thing too is you don't yell at polar bears up there.
yeah, you do.
No, they're not.
I-
They don't.
Because we're not.
Yeah.
You're not going to go up to that region of Alaska.
I thought they were like all over.
No. That's
Nose itches
that's
there,
called
doing cocaine.
Kodiaks.
No,
And-
that's a Kodiak bear. That's
right.
different.
But no.
We're not
The-
going all the way up that far.
Not
Why
that-
would you
no.
go up that far?
Oh, come on.
You want to
No.
see that?
I want
Go to the hey,
Hey.
you know what? Go to the South Pole. You can get
CJ,
paid to go
talk to
down
him.
there and work and yeah. You didn't know that?
No. What can
Yeah.
I do in the South Pole?
Whatever. What do you? They there's a lot of
I'm a
other
smart ass. It's hard to get paid to be a smart ass,
Yeah, you're already being paid to be smart.
I don't
no,
know.
There's
He can be a comedian in front of the penguins.
there's
Yeah.
actually jobs down there. There's senior citizens that go down there and just
Oh, thanks, buddy.
they just do like they do the bussing of tables after the meals and stuff at the research centers and stuff, and they get paid. They get their
Bus
travel down.
tables?
Dude,
Oh,
they
I
go
don't
down
like
there
cleaning
because
up after
it's
myself
the
now.
ultimate.
It's like a free vacation.
It's a free vacation that you get paid on.
The South Pole's not a vacation. And two, I'm the guy that rather get in the shower after I take a dump because I don't feel like wiping my own ass. Man, I got jokes tonight.
Yes, you do.
I got
Well,
jokes.
then
You're on
you know
fire.
what? That's great because they also have the hot cold challenge. You sit in a
Hot
in a
tub.
you sit in a
Coals.
you sit in
Hot,
a
cold.
yeah. You
Hot
basically you sit in a sauna.
Right.
And see how hot you can stand the
Now,
sauna.
I know they do that in Finland.
Yeah, and then you run out and jump in the ice. You run out and they bore a hole in the ice. You
yeah,
have a
wouldn't that
little water
shock your
hole. And
body, or-
yeah, well, and the whole catch is just see how far of a span you can shift
Really?
your body temperature.
Well, you know, my first wife was from Finland.
Yeah.
And we used to, obviously, you know, we didn't have the internet back then, but she used to talk about that there were almost every little town has a contest every year where they, you know, it starts out like 20, 30 people in the sauna, but over the course of like a day, it's down to like 2 people.
Yeah.
And then every town has the one guy that could just freaking live in there.
Yeah.
But it's not like 100 degrees in there. It's like 150 degrees in there.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. So
Well, the other thing too is where else can you go run around the world?
Like literally.
oh, you're talking
Literally.
about South Pole.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're saying there's a company I can go to down there and just
Yeah.
do what I do. Maybe be, I don't know.
They
a
have all-
cruise director.
They have firefighter jobs down
Oh,
there.
shit.
They have
I don't have a
EMS
passport.
job
though.
that, you
I
know,
don't-
stuff like that.
Can you
It-
get a passport?
I don't know.
Well,
I
and I don't
can't.
even know if you need a passport for the South Pole because it's not a country.
Yeah. But I'm
Antarctica
sure
ain't
you
not
can't
a-
go direct.
Yes, because you have to leave the U.S. borders.
Yeah, I
in
don't
order
think you
to
can
get
go direct. I don't
to-
think there's a direct flight out of
No,
Oxford.
the U.S. Air Force flies to the South Pole,
You still need a passport.
but-
No.
and they have a mission down there and stuff like that. So, see, you know,
I
there's
could-
all kinds of jobs down there. There's opening
Really?
stuff. I got an offer to go down there to be a firefighter.
Damn. You know, I got an offer. We got to go. I got an offer to be a FOB security chief.
Yeah.
Do you know how much they offered me? 230,000.
Sweet.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Damn.
PAE Group.
I had.
You ever heard of them?
No,
I never heard of them until I got the offer either.
maybe I need.
I
to-
had an
Maybe
offer.
I need to send in my resume.
You need to send
No.
CSC yours.
CSC.
Um,
Huh.
CSC.
let me tell you something. You know, let's just say that part of town isn't quite as safe as it used to be. How about that?
Right.
You know, the estimates are the Taliban will have back control by 2017,
Right.
but it's like KBR-ish,
Yeah.
and I believe they're owned by Lockheed Martin. To tell you the truth,
They're one
um,
of their subsidiary companies.
yeah, whatever they call it. But yeah, the guy contacted me and said my name was submitted by a friend of mine who's there now, who is an it's the civilian version of a talk.
Yeah.
And the guys,
It's the civilian version of the SPO shop.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And this guy works. He pulls security at a civilian talk in Kabul, civilian clothes. You know, it's not like he's wearing a uniform or anything. Has a vehicle, has a home, has like somebody assigned to him. Not
he
an
has a assigned
interpreter.
driver.
Yeah, it's like
It-
that. They call
yeah.
it something like that. But here's the thing: is the guy does the grocery shopping.
Right.
Takes care of the house, all that other stuff, you know, manservant type thing, and drives him to and from work. Now, he lives in a community,
Oh, yeah, it's probably walled and it's probably
yeah, and it's contractors,
Yeah.
you know, so you know, you
Yeah.
probably get a Chinese rocket or two every once in a while, keep you on your toes. But that type of money, now you got to become an expat, though. I mean, you got to be, you know, it said something about like freaking Liberia or something, some crap like that. I didn't catch it. So I have to give up my U.S. citizenship. And I have to become a citizen of Liberia.
That's one of the problems with that company. But you know,
Well, it's tax free that way.
Hey, if I
No,
just
you know
decided to
it's-
change over whatever country I want to be from, can I just like not have to worry about getting a passport?
No.
no. There actually is ways, like if Israel will issue you, if you want to become an Israeli citizen, yes, but they require 2 years in the IDF, and they're kind of like the Foreign Legion. If you accept a contract, you can get a Israeli passport.
Now the IDF are badasses. Every IDF I've ever worked with, the women are used for martial arts instructors and firearms instructors, and they're gorgeous. God, I fell in love every day with one of their firearms. They were so beautiful, and they're just they're such good people. And I'm not just going because they're Jews. I mean,
they're truly good people.
They're good people. And you know what? It was nothing for them. It was nothing for them to share their food with you, to give you a ride somewhere,
right,
or something like that. They gave us rides. They would take us out at night and buy our drinks and all that crap, man. They were just so cool. I wish, but now you know what they're saying about Americans traveling in Israel.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
And definitely don't go to like Jerusalem. And they don't want you to go to Jerusalem right now as an American.
Right.
So
they're having security issues themselves.
Well, the Muslims are, now they've got Jews that can go over into Zion, but they can't pray when they're there. They basically, a Jew can go to Calgary, but can pray in his head, but can't pray on his lips. And they actually have somebody walking with them. See, the Muslims still control that part.
Yeah.
And they'll let the Jews in there because we're all trying to be peaceful, but they won't let them.
Right.
That's story for another night, huh?
Yeah.
Guys, it's 9, man. 2100. We biz through it again. Just like that. Had a few listeners, had a few call-ins. You gotta love it. We need to bump up this YouTube stuff, man.
I'm all over it now. Now that all my classes are done and I've got everything back.
Oh, you're the greatest. You know that. And, I kind of mentioned that thing beforehand. That's still confidential at this point. All right.
Roger.
I'll keep you informed of that. I'm sure we're going to have a meeting soon. Hopefully, the other part of that business will be right down the street, believe it or not, which is very cool. Hey, the morning show, 7:30 to 10, Monday through Friday. DJ Scotty, he has a co-host, Redneck Stephanie, and then this dipwad Military Mike sits in. Monday nights, Ladies Talk is kind of on a little bit of a hiatus right now, with the summer and children and grandchildren and work and all that other stuff. So just keep the eye on the Facebook page. Tuesday nights, Tech Talk. I was about to say Guns and Gadgets because that's what it started at us. Tech Talk with Xander Mack and Danielle. And they talk about a lot of stuff. They didn't do a show last night because of the elections here in Georgia yesterday. So I'm sure they'll be back this next week, and they'll probably be talking because they were, Xander Mack's very involved with local politics. So it'd be interesting to get his week-old take on that. Then Wednesday night, what happens? That'd be The World According to Mike. And with his co-host, Variable Speed, and Captain Pat and his opinionated crappiness.
Life,
liberty, and the pursuit of
crappiness.
There you go. You know what? We need during the week, if you would, sir.
We're going to make a video of that.
Yeah, just a 1 minute, 2 minute. Hey, this is Captain Pat. Listen to The World According to Mike on Wednesday nights on YouTube. And by God, here's a minute of life, liberty, and crappiness. And just give me a minute of you.
Just you.
What the hell am I asking for? It should get us. What's that maniacal laugh? It should both get us banned on Facebook. Other than that, hey, I'd like to thank our callers tonight. Butch,
wait before you jump the gun.
Thursday night.
I
know. I was going to do it at the end.
Oh, well, I ruined it.
No, you didn't ruin it. Go ahead.
I failed that orgasm.
Blah, blah, oh, well.
Wipe it up with a towel. Get on with it.
Yeah, really. You sleep in the lit spot.
Rough Edge. Coming up tomorrow.
Dang, that's probably him, too. Thank you for calling Just for Fun Radio. The World According to Mike is currently live on the Just for Fun Radio network. Go ahead, caller.
We're
hang
going
up on them?
No, it's
Hello?
I am now. You know what that was? It was probably somebody wanting us to pay a bill or something. Hey, Thursday nights, the Rough Edge, and here lately, Xander Mack and I have been saying it like this. We've been saying the Roughage. Thank you for calling Just for Fun Radio. This is Military Mike, and you're live.
Yo, Mike, it's Tello, man.
Oh, hey, man, we were talking crap about you just a few minutes ago.
Oh, man.
And your girl
Well, I'm just
jumped
trying
in
to
there.
catch you at the end of your show, man. You hung up on me, you dirtbag.
Well, I didn't hear nothing. Don't call me a dirtbag.
Well-
You know I'm sensitive.
Well,
Hey, your girl jumped in
sensitive.
there, man, because I was like, whatever happened to the Tello relationship tips, man? And she's like, oh, they're busy and they've got this and it's summer.
Well-
and I'm like, whatever.
See, I am in Austin, Texas right now.
You know what?
And
Where's your wife?
she's home.
All
She's
right,
home. I'm actually at a training class here in Austin.
all right, well, I got to go.
So, see, you heard your name, dirtbag.
So what are you doing, man? What kind of training class you having?
Actually, the company that I work with, we're venturing out into camera systems. So we're just learning more about security systems and camera systems.
Oh,
So,
okay. All right.
that's what I'm doing right here.
Now, is that
Yeah, it's fun. Mhm.
the big thing there is now we have a security company that's coming on board with us. I've got like 3 jobs for them lined up as soon as we get them on board. So are you doing the internet camera thing? Because that is so cool.
Well, yeah, that's the biggest thing right now. We already do it. Like I said, yeah, it's not work for IHOP. We do IHOPs, and yeah, we're converting everything from analog to ISP systems. And this company that we're using now is like some of the best and most reliable and cheapest out here.
Well,
That you can find in the market right now.
come to Georgia. I got 3 jobs for you right now.
Cool, man. We'll do it.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'll talk to you. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Oh, heck yeah. One's my church. We need video cameras at my church, and that way we can go live with the sermons and right to his YouTube
Yeah,
channel.
so-
And then, of course, where I work during the day needs a security system, and then my place needs a security system. So, yes, sir.
Well, I'll be talking at you.
Okay.
I'm back in Georgia on Friday, and I'll give you guys a call. I just came back from. They took all the vendors, all the reps that took us out to dinner tonight. So
What?
I came back and I said, damn, it's Wednesday night, dude. It's
What?
like, dude, I gotta call these guys. And then I'm just catching you at your tail end of your show.
What? Wait. They took you out to dinner?
Oh heck yeah, man.
Where?
Oh, man.
Where'd you go to dinner?
It's a restaurant out here in Austin called Chewy's. Awesome Tex-Mex food. Oh my
Yep.
god, delicious,
Chewies.
delicious.
Chewies.
And then
Oh, my
we
God.
went to a place last night called Portuguese Tacos.
See,
Awesome
he's going to
taco
be on his
place,
way
man.
back on Friday, and we're
And
headed to Texas on
Yeah.
Friday.
We'll wave at you as you come back.
Oh,
I
wow.
never get to
Well, no,
go
he's probably going to
anywhere.
come up the 20 corridor.
I-20 comes straight across, don't it?
Well, I-20's and runs to Dallas, but he'll probably take. You're going to come back via I-20, right?
No, I'm coming back via Southwest.
Oh, yeah, via Southwest.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Good answer. That was a good one, man.
Yeah.
That was right on time.
We're going to Houston via Pilot.
That was perfect.
Oh, okay.
Good answer, dude. Excellent.
That was good,
excellent
right?
answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, my Honda can fly.
Yeah.
That was good. Good stuff. So you
So I
learned.
just, yeah, I just,
This is all corporate, right? I mean, you're like sitting in a nice air-conditioned classroom. They probably have good training tools.
yeah.
Not like us. Remember
I
in the
mean-
military, we used to.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
like a
Oh, nothing
Connex
like
chicken coop or something
Yeah.
crazy
We're
like
gonna
that.
put 30
No.
people in this Connex, and we
Call it a
only have
training room.
one radio to work on.
Yeah.
And we don't have any IFF codes or anything, so we're just gonna walk
Well,
through.
I'm kind of spoiled because normally they have larger classes and there's only 4 of us in this class, so it makes it so much. You can actually ask questions and get more hands-on to some of the equipment that they have and know the cameras, know different type of cameras. I mean, there's such a variety of stuff.
I
Especially
hate
in the
people.
IP world. Oh man, I'm telling you, there's some of the stuff they have now.
Yeah.
The high resolution stuff. If you're willing to spend the money,
Yeah.
you can get some really cool stuff.
You know what? Quite frankly, I don't like people that have good jobs anymore.
Well, will it help you to know
You
that I just took a
you
job
have
as
a
a
good job. What are you talking
dishwasher?
about?
What? No, I don't know. Listen to me. Listen to me. Manual labor sucks at this age.
Yes.
Manuel? Yeah, Manuel sucks. I don't like him at all.
Oh man,
I don't know. He's a dirty Mexican.
God knows, guys. Taylor got jokes tonight, man.
Yeah.
It's good. It must be going around. Andy's got tacos. Look, I don't know what it is, but I never and when we were all working together, I never had any problem. I mean, I'm not going to go run any couple of miles or anything else like that, but anything physical, hell, I did the combative stuff. I did this, I did that. But
Right.
nowadays, guys, I don't know if it's because I'm in my 50s now or what, but holy crap, man, I worked on my car day before yesterday, and I
Mhm.
didn't move today.
Yeah, the interesting part is it's like I'm too old to run and I'm too old to fight. So
Yeah.
you're
I'll
just gonna
shoot
get
you.
shot
Yeah,
first.
yeah. You and I think
I
a
like
lot
that.
alike
I
there,
see
yeah.
that. That's pretty, I like that.
I got 2 guns within
I'm not
reach
gonna
of
run
me.
you.
Yeah, I'm too old to take an ass whooping and I'm too old to run. So
Yeah, I mean, okay, look,
I
check
just
this out.
shoot you.
All I did was I checked the plugs on my little car because I'm giving it to my son, or I was going to give it to my son, and it was 90 degrees outside. My
Yeah.
niece's best friend showed up. Her name's Brittany, who has an amazing figure. So that all the blood rushed out of my body, or didn't rush out, but rushed to, let's just say, one location. The other part is out there sweating, and then earlier this week I had the dehydration issue. So I don't know what the hell's going on, but man, at 50, just that was
Yeah.
nothing. I mean, twisting a wrench a little bit.
Well,
Oh,
what
man, it's-
what the worst part of it is I used to be a mechanic, and it was great working in a shop because I could pick the car up off of the floor so that when I'm working on the plugs,
Yeah.
the bumper's about mid thigh and I can reach the plugs easy.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm bent over
Yeah.
this thing, and
You're like bent over to waist height, and
Yeah.
your knees are leaning against the
Yeah.
grill and all that shit. And it's like, oh man, this just totally sucks.
about 10 minutes into it, you're completely cramped out. So
Yeah.
you just say, screw it,
Yep.
I'll stay here and fight with the cramp. But then you got to straighten up, and you're
Yeah.
like,
And,
Yeah.
and
I'm
now
like,
you guys know
oh.
why I'm fat.
But then it's like, God, man, I'm serious. I'm in pain because I bent over and did some
Right.
freaking spark plugs. So it's kind of got me thinking a little bit. So today was kind of my relaxation day. My stomach's bothered me a little bit, but that's every day with this medication. So starting tomorrow, we're gonna at least start doing some stretches.
Yeah.
I usually do my little walk. I walk about a mile with my dog.
Mhm.
So I get a little exercise, a little fresh air there. The medication I take and the direct sunlight doesn't agree with each other.
Right.
So
Nope.
I get a little kind of nauseous, and I get kind of blurry eyed if
Right.
I'm in the sun too long. So can't really do too much with that. I'm smart as a whip, and I'm getting better on that kind of stuff. My brain's coming back. But I got to tell you, holy crap, man. I mean, the heaviest thing I lifted was maybe my damn wrench.
Yeah.
Oh, what was that, a pound or two? You okay?
Yeah.
A pound or two. And I'm here to tell you, my arm hurt, my back hurt.
Yeah.
Come on, man. That's just not good.
We're getting too old, man.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, I've got.
Yeah, I can't do nothing
nerve
myself
damage.
anymore. But
Yeah, man. I
it is
mean,
what it is, man.
and you're
Yeah.
older than me.
Yeah, well, here I am. I'm still actually helping out with cabling for camera systems and doing all that
Oh,
stuff. And
man.
Oh yeah.
they don't understand how this old man can keep going and going and going. I said, look, I'm the type of person that I'm not stopping until I'm done. Because once I stop, I
Yeah.
am done.
Yeah.
Don't do it, brother.
Yeah.
Don't
That's
stop.
it.
Yeah.
Don't stop. Don't
yeah.
stop me, man.
We need to
Don't
take a
stop.
break.
That's
Yeah,
serious.
no, because if I take a break, I'm not coming back
No.
to do
Ain't
this
that the
crap.
truth?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. I'll go for
So, but
hours.
Yeah, just let me keep going, and y'all catch up to me later or whatever. But yeah,
It's
Yeah,
really funny
yeah.
too, the hydration issue. I almost asked you guys to bring an IV bag tonight. I would have took an IV bag if y'all had one tonight.
We've got plenty.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
so
do that.
if you're
Yeah,
here
next
next
time,
week,
man.
bring one.
we'll be here next week.
Okay, because
Definitely.
I'm serious. I am having trouble, and it doesn't matter how much water I drink. It doesn't, and I'm not drinking the Gatorades, and I've cut back on the Monsters. And
Yeah. Well, I mean, two things that are in your diet that are dehydrators is alcohol and caffeine.
okay, check this out. You know how much alcohol I drink?
Well, and I'm not saying that you're drinking
Not
a lot of
much.
alcohol. I'm just saying,
Just
You guys
here.
see it just here.
Yeah.
That's the only place I do it.
right. And I'm not saying that you're, raging alcoholic or anything like that. But I'm just saying those two things
Yeah, yeah. I can
are
understand
actually
that.
some of the biggest dehydrators. Now, you're probably a couple of your medications are
sure.
dehydrators as well. So
Yeah,
what you need to do is if you're going to do any caffeine, do it in the morning.
I do.
And then
With the morning show.
by noon, stop any caffeine intake
Yeah, pretty close. yeah.
and be on water for the rest of the day.
Man, I tell you
See,
what.
I keep trying to tell him that you don't take your fluids orally.
Jesus Christ. I'm telling you,
I
this
have a
shit is
tube we
crazy.
can do that with too.
No.
Yes,
What do you got? No.
Yeah.
Look, I'll take an
It
IV
is-
bag. You're not sticking anything up my butt.
it's the fastest way to rehydrate.
You see, you hear what I'm dealing with, Tello? This is what they're always
Yeah.
talking about.
But the difference
These
is we
two
can't
are
use
constantly wanting me to take the puppy dog shower.
we can't use saline for rehydration that way because it actually causes diarrhea.
Well, that's what's called an enema. I'm talking about using.
This town needs an enema.
Yeah.
Hey man, we gotta
This
get off the
country
air.
needs an enema.
Yeah, we gotta get off the air, Tello. You got to call earlier, buddy.
Dude, I thought you said I would have, man, but dang. All right, I just got to come say hey.
Yeah,
But
man.
yeah, I'll be calling you during the week, and we'll talk when I get back.
Definitely, sir. That'd be awesome.
Good to hear from
All
you,
right, man.
fellow.
All right, man.
You
Hey,
guys have a good one. All right.
tell your
Bye.
wife I love her. And next week, man, we need you guys to call in with a relationship tip.
We'll do. I'll have her get prepped for that.
It sounds great, man. We
right,
appreciate you
guys.
calling in.
Great
All right.
talking to you.
All
All
right.
right, bye-bye.
Look at that, man. Great call-ins. Nice friends. Let's go home.
Let's go home.
All right. Hey, it's the world according to Mike. The Rough Edge Thursday nights, 7:00 to whenever he's stoned and falls asleep. They say the Rough Edge, and the kind of the slogan is it's the Headbangers Palace meets Wayne's World, but it's more like Cheat finally finds Chong and. Yo, man. What's up, man? Hey, it's Dave. Dave's not here, man.
Dude, where's my car?
Danko, man. Young man, hand me that knife. What? Young man, hand me that knife. Thank you. So, so
You're on fire tonight, Mike.
yeah, man. Yeah. So Jacob, one of my best friends there, man, the guru of music for Just Fun Radio.
Really
Hey,
cool guy.
Variable Speed, Captain Pat. I appreciate you guys. I know you come out of your way to come be with me. It sure does beat being here alone.
Yeah.
Did that sound right? Did I say
No, that sounded creepy.
right?
Well, I usually do it alone myself. So
I'd rather you beat alone.
God, man. You guys just go there all the time. What is it with you two?
That's us.
Yeah. All right. Say goodnight,
We're a
Ethel.
pack. Good
Good
night,
night,
Ethel.
Ethel.
Y'all are just waiting. I'm gonna say goodnight like Edith off Archie Bunker. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Archie, stifle. All right. Good night. It's the world according to Mike. All right. Say goodnight on. Say goodnight on. Right on YouTube.